Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Book of War, classic D&D wargaming, and I'm happy to be back with my partner for the season, Dan Cullinan. Dan, how are you doing?
Hi, doing great, Dan.
Good. Good. Or Delta and Gamma, as we have started calling ourselves. And if you're new to the show, if you're wondering what Book of War is, it's our lightweight, fast-paced, easy-to-learn wargame that's compatible with classic D&D, like original or first edition, or BX if you're into that. And we've been playing it for a number of years, and I've been refining it with billions of computer simulations to make sure that it's balanced and compatible with how classic D&D would actually play out if you played thousands of people in combat with each other. And if you want to know more about it, you can go to oedgames.com for more. So we are, I don't know, episode 6 on the season or something?
Sounds about right.
5, 6, something like that. Feel free to tell us in the chat if I didn't get that right. So we usually have something a little new. Usually, as we continue to play test new stuff and see how it's going, among the things that we're focused on this season is our judge, Yowley, complaining about new things that he doesn't like. Yowley! Yowley, come here and check out the miniatures if you want. So once again, hey Julian, I'm glad you're here tonight because one of the things that we're focused on this season is the solo types of super high level characters in D&D.
Yes.
So we've been playing with lords, which are 9th or higher level fighters, and wizards, which in classic D&D is technically at least 11th level spellcastery types, which you might call a mage or a magic user. As well as giants and dragons and titans and stuff like that. So I'm so glad Julian's here tonight because among the things that we've been grappling with that has been is what happens when a solo fights another solo type. And because of the scaling, almost everybody comes in at just 1 health point in the mass combat. And so the way we've got it set up is that there's a mutually assured destruction rule.
Yes.
If, generally speaking, if a solo attacks another solo, presumably they basically wipe each other out. And we've been like, it's fast. Right?
Fast.
It gets the game going, which is one of my primary goals, particularly for people that are new to wargaming. But we've been, and Julian has suggested things like use the old chainmail matrix of just 2d6.
Right.
I've totally thought about that same thing. We have a bunch of pieces on the board that aren't in that table. So we have wizards of different levels. We've got titans. We've got people riding other mounts, which isn't in there. So I might, maybe someday we should try that. What we're going to try tonight, that we agreed on last time, is that if we get a solo on solo fight, we actually start playing D&D.
Yeah.
Let me actually. Okay, so I think I sent you a draft of this. So here's the stat blocks for standard D&D stuff for our solo types we have on the table. So if we have and this might not happen at all, but if we have a solo on solo fight, we'll turn to this and we'll actually start playing D&D for a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
And then switch back to the mass warfare game. Good with that?
And so what? And so does everyone else kind of freeze when that happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the one turn in Book of War is really like 3 rounds.
Right.
So here's two things we're gonna go with this, and this might be totally broken, and this might crash and burn tonight, and I apologize. So if that happens on my turn, right, which normally I only make attacks on my turn.
Yes.
Right. So what's gonna happen tonight is if it's my turn.
Yeah.
I get a round of attacks with my solo, and then you do, and then I do.
Okay, and then it's my turn.
Right, and then on your turn, you get to make attacks, and then I do, and then you do.
Yeah, okay.
So there'll be 3 back and forth.
That makes perfect sense.
Each turn.
So I can still. So I guess what I'm getting at, and not to hang us up, but what other units that are not solos can they move once for every 3 rounds, and move an attack once?
They're going to be, like you said, paused.
Okay.
They're going to be
paused.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Right. They're going to be on pause as we zoom in just on the solos for 1, 2, 3 rounds.
So we're not trying to do some kind of simultaneous thing.
Correct. Okay. Correct.
Okay.
It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening off stage. at that moment.
I see. All right. So other units don't interact with the solos.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not for that moment.
Right.
So it's like you have a little drone that just zooms in on the
Gotcha.
on the solos.
Yeah. Nice cinematic.
And the other thing, so feel free to tell me if you hate this. So the other thing is that if the engagement comes to a conclusion between the solos, and one of them's alive but has less than 20 hit points, we're going to assume that they withdraw from the table.
Okay.
Under 20 hit points.
Okay.
So presumably at that point they're too injured to continue with the mass fight, and they withdraw.
Right.
So that's what we're going to try tonight. That's my thought, which is sort of compatible with what's happened with the mutually assured destruction assumption, and that's how we're going to do that. So I got on my left here, unusually, I have the original D&D rules.
Okay.
I've got a box of all the other polyhedral dice if we need it.
Nice.
I have the Book of Spells, the current Book of Spells draft.
Nice.
Because the main problem, the huge problem, is what happens with the spellcasters when you unlock all the other spells.
Yeah.
Because normally we only deal with 6 level spells. So I will just. Did you bring? What did you bring tonight, Dan?
Yes. Tonight I brought 3 solo figures. One of them is a lord on a griffin. The lord being Galgod the Hewer.
Oh, you named. Great, you named your solos. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have a 11th level wizard named Zoso.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have this cloud giant named Neblina.
Great.
And then I brought 5 figures of elite dwarven foot because they serve me so well.
I gotta remind myself what they do.
And I brought 5 figures of elite halfling slingers.
Oh.
And then I brought 10 figures of pikemen. Haven't tried the pikemen in a while. Kind of got burned by the pikemen earlier in the season. But I decided tonight's the night.
Awesome. So let me remind myself about what the abilities of all that stuff are. And Dan and I both brought a bunch of solos, I think because we're excited about possibly playing D&D.
We're just going to play D&D.
For a couple rounds. So we have a lot of solos and therefore not very many figures on the board as a result because they're so expensive. So the Dwarf Elite Foot, so they're a whole bunch of 3rd level dwarves. They have good armor. They dodge giants. Great. I didn't bring any giants, so fortunately.
Yeah.
The Halfling Elite Slingers, and I've used them in the past, and they're kind of neat. So, let me see. They are also 3rd level. They have 18-inch slings. You can fire twice per round if you're not moving. They can hide in woods, and they have an extra, in addition to being 3rd level, they have an extra +1 to hit, because as we all know, hobbits have great vision.
Yeah.
Have great eyesight. So we're told by Professor Tolkien.
Yes.
So they score a lot of hits. Let me see. So the pikes, of course, have a free horrible attack if you attack them from the front on normal terrain.
Yeah.
And then let me see. So the wizard has a magic wand.
Yeah.
What type of wand are you carrying? Fireball or lightning bolts?
I guess fireball.
Okay. An excellent choice. And then your Cloud Giant solo has detection, so if anybody's invisible or hidden, you can find that. You can throw stones, stuff like that. Again, just 1 health because they're solo.
Mm-hmm.
And then your Lord and Griffin can fly really fast, has detection, has a sweep attack if you get in combat with 1 health figures, and it's one of the only solos in the game that has 2 health.
Nice.
1 for your Lord, 1 for the Griffins. So among the bulkiest of all the solos.
Yep.
2 attacks per turn. Armor 6, pretty good.
Great.
Okay. So the thing is, you brought a wizard.
Yes.
So here's my current attempt at this. If we get a solo on solo fight with a wizard.
Yeah.
We break out the D&D stats,
okay.
And I'm just so that I'm not forcing you to pick the 21 spells that level wizard has. I'm just going to assume that you have this stock list of memorized spells.
Okay, great.
And you can just start in. You're going to be in melee.
So you give this to the Wizard 11 as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Close enough.
It's close enough that any wizard, you just grab that as the default what you've got. I've crossed off stuff that we assume the wizard's already cast before the game.
Gotcha.
We got shield, invisibility, detect invisibility, protection from missiles, protection from normal missiles. Thanks to Julian for pointing that out. And then, of course, the 6th level stuff at your level you don't have.
Right.
But you have all this other stuff.
Nice. Okay, that's well done. Yeah. Should I hold on to this?
Yeah, do
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah. Good. Let me see. So Julian had a question there a couple minutes ago. If we have solo on solo fighting, you were asking, is it paused for the whole duel, or would you go back to the battlefield every 3 melee rounds? That's second thing. So we'll have our attack phase. We'll go 1, 2, 3 on the solos, and then back to the normal action.
Okay.
Oh no, is that confusing? I've been thinking about this for weeks, so it seems really obvious to me.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I think I'm. You know what it is?
No.
I think I'm spacing out. I'm sorry. So let me just go through this one more time. So I totally followed how there's 3 rounds per turn.
Right.
And it's your turn. It's you me you, and my turn. It's me you me.
Right.
I followed that.
Right.
I guess what I'm still not completely clear on, and you answered this already, but I'm too thick-skulled to get it. When do the other units move? When the battle is completely resolved between the solos and one of them withdraws?
Okay, so let's say, I got these 2 units here. So let's say this is me and this is you.
Yeah.
And let's say I happen to have this solo here and you have this solo here, right?
Yeah.
So it's my turn, say.
Yes.
And as usual, I move and then I make attacks.
Right.
So let's say I move my guys here and I move my hero here.
Yes.
And so now it's my attack phase. I do my normal thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the attack phase here, we go 1 round, 1 round, 1 round.
Yeah.
And then my turn's over.
So then it's my turn.
Right.
Now this is where I'm not 100% sure. I could say I want to attack with the piping and then go 1 round, 1 round, 1 round.
In your attack phase, yes.
But nobody interacts. So the only limitation really then is that nobody interacts with these guys.
Correct.
Okay. But otherwise the battle goes on as normal.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the part I wasn't getting. Thank you.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. See, I need to try this with other actual human beings.
Again, I think you already answered that. I just needed to hear it twice.
Okay.
Thank you so
good.
much.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. Again, this is the first time I've ever done this. Book of War for 14 years has had that clause that says you might consider solo on solos just playing D&D. I have never done that. So if this is a terrible idea, this is eminently tweakable.
Yeah.
If anybody has any comments about
Well, I'm going to need time to sketch the portrait of my character and choose all my equipment and stuff. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no! I feel that I'm already impressed by how much detail you've given your solos.
Yes.
With their very nice names.
Thank you.
And so I think you've already done a bang-up job.
Good.
Again, we're doing original D&D. We don't do
That's
5-page backstories here.
That's right.
Right.
Love it.
So to William's comment, so I feel like tonight I feel like that we're very close to that joke about I went to a Book of War fight and a D&D game broke out.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I was thinking of that when you were saying this simulates what would happen if you did actual solo battles. And I was like, well, we're going to actually do solo battles.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see. What's probably going to happen is our solos will get wiped out by big units, and then we'll just...
That's also on the table. Yes, that's totally feasible, right? That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Frankly, that's what I'm hoping for. So, well, I mean, it's hoping for you.
Yeah. I got that, Dan. Thanks.
So here's what I'm bringing tonight. Oh, jeez. No, that's not what I'm bringing tonight. I'm so sorry, everybody. That's... Oh, jeez. Okay, so I didn't update. That's what I brought last time. I apologize. So I'm just going to get it verbally what I'm bringing tonight. So I'm also brought 3 heroes. So I got this 9th level Lord right here. Where'd my index card go? Oh, too much paper. There it is. Okay. So I'm bringing a 12th level Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm a little...
I can reach that.
I'm a little spacey tonight. I apologize, everybody. Oh, man. Okay, I need a new. It's okay. This miniature needs
broke?
fixing. Yeah. So
Uh-oh.
could you reach to your right and grab another, like the king that's on the horse?
Yeah.
It's kind of far over there.
I see him.
Guy on a horse. Yeah.
I see him.
Okay. This is not boding well. Okay, so here is my 12th level lord. 12th level lord, who I think I'm going to have mounted here. I have a 12th level wizard. So this guy's my 12th level wizard carrying a lightning bolt wand.
Okay.
And one 6th level spell that you don't know right
That
now.
I don't know, but I actually do know.
Right.
I bet. If I can guess.
Okay, and I'm also taking a red dragon. And then my normal units are, I'm bringing 4 figures of heavy horse, 9 crossbows, and to emphasize, so Dan came in and said, I'm going to try pikes again. I'm like, I already took all the pike miniatures. So I actually have 20 figures of pikes here. This is what I have. So I brought a lot of pikes. Okay, so any questions? Any questions?
I'm trying to think of pithy names for the show with the word pike in them.
So I apologize for not having that on the overhead. Thank you for posting in the chat, Julian. That's great. Yep, that's you got it. Thank you so much. That's awesome. So no questions about?
No.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
No, I think I'm ready.
Really? Because normally you ask what my names are.
Oh, I was so pleased with myself for coming up with names that I forgot to bust your balls about. Yes, what are your names?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. Right. Okay. So my lord is. So these are 3 siblings.
Oh my.
These are three children that grew up together originally.
Oh,
so
that's
3 siblings.
sweet.
So the lord is Bertrand the Conqueror.
Nice.
My 12th level lord. My wizard is Nocalis the Arcane.
Ooh, good one.
Right. And my red dragon, formerly known as Shirlene Fourfingers, right? Who is their thief sister. Unfortunately, when the 3 of them attempted to loot the caverns of the Hopeless Raven,
Oh goodness.
Shirlene was caught with a magical trap and polymorphed permanently into a red dragon, and is now known as Shirlene the Ravager.
Well, I hope she learned her lesson.
I don't think she did. I think the lesson is that she prefers being a red dragon and stays in this form.
Yikes.
There's your backstory, kids.
That was great.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll see how the three kids do tonight. Okay, so there we go. So I got my spell. I have some 6th level spell that Kokalis has memorized. I have my stock Wizard 12 spells here. I got D&D. I got polyhedral dice. I got the Book of Spells. So we're going to test that possibly.
Cool.
I'll hand you that when it comes up. I'm not going to give you that right now. So I think we're all set for a normal game. We'll try to remember all this stuff. So wizards have wands. My dragon, right, can fly. Just remind myself there. My dragon can fly, can detect things that may be hidden in the woods if your halflings hide in the woods.
Yep.
Has fire breath, obviously. I need to get in contact, and has the fear effect.
Eesh.
Right? So if I get in contact with a unit, they have to make an immediate morale check.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
With no ratio.
No bonus ratio, yeah.
So that has been a huge deal previously.
Yes.
So before we start, Julian's asking, since we're zooming in, and Gamma asked about equipment, I think it might stand to point out what equipment lords are assumed to have per the bow description. Great. So these are baked in. So that page I handed you before has this all baked in. So the let me think if I recall. They're assumed to have some level of magic armor and weapon. Right, so I think at this level it might be, I'm assuming you've got maybe +2 plate and shield, maybe a +3 sword, something like that.
Okay.
Fairly high strength and constitution's all baked in there.
Okay.
So, I mean, just as an example, what the
now the high strength and constitution, is that baked in because survival of the fittest? Kind of? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. And it's compatible with what you see for NPCs in standard early adventures by Gary Gygax.
They would usually have high.
Yes, they have sometimes comically high ability scores, which seems compatible to what it would take to get that level.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
So, for example, my 12th level Lord has classic D&D armor class of -3, right? Has and I'm just taking average hit points, 58 hit points at that level, and when strikes has 2 attacks per round, and strikes with a sword for 1d8 plus 3. So I think that might be 1d8 for the sword, plus 2 for magic, plus 1 for strength is what I got baked in there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Now the 2 attacks per round. Can you say more about that? Okay,
so most. And thank you for bringing up this debate. So most editions of D&D have fighters getting multiple attacks at some point. Like first edition, if you're 12th level, you'd be getting 2 attacks per round.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
If you're playing, let's say, BECMI, or Rule Cyclopedia, maybe you've got weapon specialization powers.
Even BECMI, I think, at very high levels gives you multiple attacks. Yeah.
You have to kind of hunt in the rules for it.
Right.
And then Frank Mentzer introduced these spiked shields.
Yes.
They could be carrying a spiked shield and get 2 attacks that way.
Yeah.
So my thinking is that most editions, and for OED, you could take the rapid attack feat twice.
Okay.
And get that.
Okay.
So my feeling is that most editions of D&D have some kind of way of getting multiple attacks, and if not that, then some other way of getting extra damage. So if you don't like that, you could think of it as having rage or having exceptional strength that doubles your damage.
Yeah.
Is my thinking. But usually there's some way for the high-level fighters to get extra damage output.
Even in fantastic combat or whatever, when they're not
Correct.
Against. Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
So if you hate that, leave a comment.
No, I don't hate it. That's a good reason. Yeah.
But I've got it baked in, and actually they kind of need something like that in order to be effective at the mass scale.
Yeah.
Right. In order to be able to do, what ought to be 10 hits per turn, you need some kind of output of extra attacks or extra damage. So it kind of matches up there. If you look at the rules, like for the wizards at mass scale, they can't even score any hits.
Right.
At mass scale.
Right.
Because they don't have that extra damage output.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
That's my thinking behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So thanks for asking with that. Yes, and Julian's saying we can also pretend that the original D&D fighters are getting their extra attacks from their plus X weapons. Right, per chainmail's combat rules. Great catch on that. That's like the last line in the chainmail book or something like that.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, what happens if you're somebody like Elric or somebody that has magic weapons on top of other stuff?
Oh.
Yeah, great point. Okay, so let us start actually playing the game. So we are going to roll for initiative as we usually do.
Okay.
Whoever loses has to set up first as the.
Whoa,
that really rolls. You want me to set up first?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we'll go back and forth 4 times for terrain. I guess I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll be rolling first. Okay, terrain table here. All right, so we'll go back and forth 4 times, and sometimes we get a lot of terrain, sometimes we get less. Okay,
Ooh.
so 2 is the gully. So the very dry anti-hill. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of surprises tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It seems is the signal that I'm getting. Okay, a gully. So, you and I both have something that's a flyer.
Yeah.
We both have a wizard. We both have we both have pikes, and we both have a small number of archery types.
Yeah.
So the gully you can get into free. It costs like a hill to get out.
Right.
You can dodge ranged fire if you're hidden in it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a gully.
May I?
Yeah.
10. That is a marsh.
Have a marsh.
All right.
Hey, Disparrow, good to see you tonight. So marsh is, of course, deadly to horses.
Deadly to horses, make pikes ineffective as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Actually, I gave you 2 marshes.
Oh yeah, here, have one back. I think the marsh will go
Free marsh.
here.
Damn it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so my next thing is nothing. So when I roll a 7, that's open, which is a lack of a piece.
More marsh.
I shouldn't have taken this back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just have to do contiguous.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. Here's my number 3 roll, which is 11.
Stream. Oh, we don't get that often.
We don't.
I think there's only been one game that I've played in that had a stream.
But didn't we have multiple streams?
That one game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And there was a game I played with Isabel once, so we had like 3. We ran out of stream pieces.
Whoa.
I think we had 3 or 4 streams show up, and I had to go get playing cards. Okay. I'm not happy about this stream showing up. I don't know where to put this. Here's my stab at this.
And that's just going to hang off like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I hate it. I can fix that.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, my turn, right? You rolled the stream, right? Yeah.
I did.
Okay, so next up is a hill.
Great. And while you're placing this, Julian was asking, can the stream end in a lake or a marsh? Or does it have to go
Off the board.
Side of board to side of board? Never thought about that. What do you think?
I think it should be allowed to. Yes.
All right, well then that new rule. Great.
Now, can I take the liberty? I think that will fit, actually.
I'm going to say yes.
About, yeah.
In fact, it might help to hold down the marsh.
Right.
Okay, all right. Yep, totally permissible. Also, screw you. Totally fair game there.
I must be doing something right. Yes.
Here comes my last terrain roll, which is 3.
Ooh, rough. We're getting everything.
Yeah, we are getting everything. So I feel like my side of the board is the wet side, and your side of the board is the dry side. So, but oops, I have 2 roughs here. But this, you happy with this?
It's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Little bit overlap there, and you got one more roll
Okay.
there. Let's see if you. Oh my goodness!
Another stream.
See?
Oh gosh.
So this is when I, at some prior point this happened, and I printed out more streams. So I got you handled.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just agreed that the stream can potentially end in the marsh if one wants. Doesn't have to do that.
Yeah. I could get into some really weird. Do streams ever cross each other?
You know what? You can branch off. Let's say you can branch off.
Okay.
Right? You can fork off at some point.
Right. Right.
We've never done that, but.
All right. Well, maybe then. Why don't we I know this is a cop-out, but I'm just going to say this one is branching off this one.
Yeah.
That's just going to go down the side of the
Great.
board like this. But it has to
okay.
end. So, oh, hey, cool. Does that make any sense?
Sure. Great. It's draining the marsh.
One of them
out
drains into
here.
the marsh,
Yeah.
and then this one branches off
Right.
over there.
Then there's your drainage divide.
Yep.
Right.
One more.
Okay. All right. It's a fantasy game. If there's a geologist out there who disputes this.
This is slightly higher elevation here, right?
Is it? Okay. All right.
And then it comes down to the stream, and then I don't know. Anyway,
you get 10% movement bonus in this direction.
Oh, good. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
That's just what we need. Way to reintroduce calculators.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So there you go. So now we roll for weather, right? So usually I let you do that.
All right.
We pull up the weather table.
And that's just the 1d6. So I
Correct.
use the big one, right? The big
Correct.
guy.
If you would, please. Okay, so cloudy,
All right.
which is our middle value. So that doesn't change any statistics in the game. I think we're probably both happy with that, probably.
I'm not going to reveal how I feel about that.
Okay.
Might give you an advantage.
Okay. Now I feel that's unsettling. Okay, so I just threw up a little cloud icon on the top right of the screen there to mark that. So currently,
it looks really good from above, actually.
Yeah, it's nice. All right, so now I have to. You're making me set up my whole army, and then you get to respond to that.
Right.
So I did expect to use this space for something, but now it's pretty much taken away from me. Crazy. What a crazy game this is going to be. All right, so you might have been able to guess this. So I am putting my Lord Bertrand with the heavy horse.
You're going to embed.
So
Okay.
embedding them together. When I picked my army, my theme was what would each of the brothers and sisters want in the army, and I feel like Bertrand wanted a bunch of heavy horse to lead,
Right.
and Kalakis wanted a bunch of pikes to protect him.
Yeah.
And Shirlene didn't really care because she's just going to be on her own. So she gets some supporting fire.
Do you ever? You can't embed a dragon, right?
I think not.
Okay.
I think not. I think at some point I was thinking about a rule, right? You could embed stuff with stuff the same size.
Oh, right.
So maybe you could embed a dragon with horses, and you could embed a cloud giant with other giants.
Right.
Right. But I feel if they're mismatched sizes, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
I never wrote that down, but that's kind of running in the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. William, thanks for checking in. Boy. Now, I planned on having having my wizard embedded with the pikes to protect him, and now I don't know. Okay, with the Griffin, I need that. And then I was thinking, maybe I'm not going to do that, and then I spotted your Griffin, and I'm definitely going to do that. So then the question is, where do I put those guys? This here. Crazy. What is this? What a crazy setup. So that's gonna be my setup. So
Okay.
I got my crossbows in a 2x2 column here.
Right.
Turn it all around. Over here. There's Shirlene the dragon. There's my wizard embedded with these pikes right here, and here's my lord with those heavy horse.
Gotcha. All right. I'm going to. I think I'm
Okay.
going to embed my wizard with the elite dwarven foot.
Got it.
Now, he can be in any rank, or does he have to be in the front rank?
Got to be in the front rank.
Because he's a leader, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and that syncs up with our agreement that they have to be exposed.
Right.
They have to be exposed if another solo comes in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Again, that's a draft rule. People hate it. We can change it.
Right. All right. So I'm going to put definitely these guys here, no doubt about
Got
it.
it.
So.
As Dan's checking this out, I'll point out that the halflings, his halflings, could have started hiding in woods, but we don't have any woods.
Right. All right, this is the deal here. And okay, that's it.
Got it. Fascinating. So obviously our armies are very weighted over on that side where there's the open terrain.
Right.
And Julian's saying if we had lizard men, they should be able to hide in marshes.
All
Or
right.
maybe a pond, or maybe like underwater in a pond. But
Absolutely.
anyway, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or maybe a stream.
Or even a stream.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
not?
Yeah.
They can breathe underwater, right? Yeah.
Or hold their breath for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. They can live underwater.
Yeah.
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 Right. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will point out to viewers that we're this is as complicated as the game has ever gotten.
Right.
So we're intentionally making it difficult on ourselves to try out all these wacky pieces. If you pay the basic game of Book of War, it's pretty simple, all things considered.
Yeah.
So, get your halflings up front, and then pikes, and then your wizard. Got it. Question, and as usual, we discover these questions. Can a wizard shoot their fireball over another unit?
Now, I had always that's interesting because we talked a little bit about that
Right.
with other missiles. I'm gonna let you make the call on that one, Dan. I can see. My 2 cents. I can see the appeal of making a consistent rule for all missiles. You know what I mean?
The thing is, normal missiles, it's like a minus to a die roll,
Right.
and the fireballs, you don't have a die roll. You're doing it by the verbal range call.
Well, okay. So with that in mind, I mean, normal missiles do arch at this scale, right?
Yep. Yep.
But there's no reason to say a fireball would go in an arch.
My instinct is that yes. My instinct that it does.
Okay.
Which explains why you get longer range outdoors.
Yeah.
And originally in chainmail, a fireball was just using the catapult rules.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a great answer.
So yes. So we're saying yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So you can
yes.
you can do your normal fireball lightning bolt over other units.
You
and
bet.
You just call it, and you measure like you normally do. Okay. Great. So we're saying yes. All right, so I have to call my movement, and jeez, I hate that. So I'm going to have my crossbows go forward as much as they can. Okay, I got to remember what's going to turn into zoom in D&D games. I have to think on multiple levels here. So crossbows go forward full. Everybody goes forward as full as far as they can, except huh. Boy, you brought an interesting army. You brought an interesting, tough army to deal with. Except Shirlene stays right there.
Okay.
You know what? Shirlene flies into the middle of this marsh.
All right.
Yeah. So she can move. She can fly 24 inches. So pretty clearly, she can land here. Is what she's going to do.
Yeah.
So she's in the marsh there. Now she can take off and fly for free.
Okay, so she is landed. Though.
Yes,
I
right.
see.
So altitude 0. And my crossbows. Everybody, all my guys all have a move of 12. That's easy. That's good. Yeah. Okay. All right. And Desparrow's agreeing with our ruling on the fireballs over other units. Julian's making the point that I might have an advantage when new rules come into play. So hopefully we're keeping that fair. Which is kind of why I bias towards like your judgment about when a new rule comes up, which way it should be.
Yeah.
So if you're hearing it for the first time.
Right.
Okay, that's 10 inches, and then going through the stream is quarter movement? Yeah, quarter movement. So I have 2 inches left. I can really only move a half an inch in there. There you go. And then these guys can move 12. And these guys can move 12. And so can my horse. Okay, then I don't have any attacks, so it's your turn.
All right. Huh.
Yeah. Thanks for checking in, you guys, on the fireball ruling. I think what you're saying makes sense.
All right. So, wow. Okay.
My situation looks like here.
The Griffin, Lord on a Griffin, is going to fly and land here, one tier down.
Okay.
I think he can do that.
Okay. You got 30 inches of movement.
Yeah.
Things are really fast.
Yeah. The others over here,
Mm-hmm.
I think just everyone is going to go as far as they can.
Great.
Hold on. except the. Yeah, everyone's going to go as far as they can.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. That's going to be my move.
Okay.
Move.
Great.
I'm declaring my move.
Great.
Okay. There we are. So this from here to here is 24.
Great. Good call.
So I can just put it there.
Yeah.
Right? Now I want it to be at this. I want it to be hidden behind here.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. Now, this guy goes 12, I think. Claw Giant 12. So I'll just go right along the edge of this gully thing. And these fellows also go 12. And then these also go 12.
Oh man.
And then the dwarfs go 9, I think. I'm
imagining we're about 10 minutes away from a number of rules debates about D&D.
And I went full movement,
Mm-hmm.
so there's nothing more I can do.
Right. That's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So we'll if stuff's about to happen. So viewers, feel free to chime in if we need a DM here. So I want my red dragon. I feel like this is a reasonable matchup. I want my red dragon to fly over that hill and engage in combat with your Lord and Griffin.
Okay, we're going into single combat.
Yeah, correct.
Nice.
Correct.
Nice.
I want my crossbows to move forward as much as they can.
Yeah.
As they watch the fireworks from the other side of that hill. And my other folks are going to stay motionless. That's my movement.
Wow.
That's my movement.
Interesting.
Okay. So I have to pay, that's 1 inch times 4.
Yeah.
Costs 4 inches to get here.
Okay.
And then I've got another 8 inches of movement.
Okay. So on the streams, it's only the dark part that counts.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. And specifically, it's 1.5 inches wide.
Okay.
If that comes up.
Yeah.
So my dragon can fly 24, so I need to be within 24 inches of your griffin here to complete my movement. Yeah, it's only 17.
No
so fly up here, get down here. All right, so attacks. We're gonna have solo attacks happening here in a second, and in addition, my wizard is going to cast their 6th level spell.
Yeah.
Which is Move Earth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oops, that's not the right camera. Okay, so my wizard is casting Move Earth, which allows me to target one upraised, one high standing terrain type in 24 inches. And I'm targeting that rough. So I need that to be in 24 inches, and I think it is. Yeah.
Yep.
24. And I'm going to move it that way by 6 inches.
Okay. I forgot what that does exactly. We'll find out.
It moves it. Now, if somebody was standing where I moved it,
Yeah.
right? I can't, so what we've got is I'm not allowed to bump into other terrain,
Okay.
right? So I can't crash it in other terrain.
Right.
If there's figures there, it picks it up and they start surfing on it.
Okay. Oh, they stay on top of it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So if you move up, so that's consistent.
Yeah.
That's persistent. So as long as I don't attack,
Mm-hmm.
as long as I move up no more than half, I can move it 6 inches again next turn.
Okay.
And if somebody's standing right here, I'm going to pick them up and move them towards
Go
the edge of the
underneath
board.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, But so when you say they surf on it,
So they just sit on the tile while
and
I
then
move the
they
tile
move
around.
with it.
Yes.
Okay, where on the tile? The edge?
Correct.
Okay.
Is the idea. Does that make sense?
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there's that. So now I'm gonna zoom in on our solos here, so we know that they're here. I'm just gonna mark this and put them on camera. All right. So we have a little zoom in solo D&D game happening here. So here
All
we
right,
go.
let's get our stats.
Yeah, all right.
Let's do this.
So this totally happened. Okay, now here's a complication, right? The Lord and Griffin are really two characters in D&D.
Yeah, they are.
Right, I've got them glued together
Yep.
on the sheet. You can see the last thing there, it says joint type,
Yeah.
right? So you've got 74 hit points altogether,
Yeah.
but there's really two of them.
Mm-hmm.
So in this particular turn of combat, I'm going to go me and then you and then me,
Yeah.
right? So the first thing that I would like to do is
Yeah.
breathe fire on you.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's going to hit. So in normal D&D, feel
Yeah.
free to debate this.
Yeah.
In normal D&D, would hit both of your characters
Right.
for the entirety of the damage each.
No save.
Oh, there's a save. Of course, there's a save. Right.
Okay.
So my red dragon has 40 hit points.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
going to do 40 damage
Right.
on both of you.
Right.
Right. Now notice that altogether your hit points, and I'm assuming it's like half and half. Right.
Yeah.
So altogether your hit points are only 74.
Right.
So if you fail both of these saves,
Right.
the unit is gone from the fire breath.
Because if you need at least 20 to stay on the board. Oh, because it's 74 sum.
Right.
Sum. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yes.
So I'm thinking both the Lord and the Griffin each have 37 hit points.
Okay.
Right.
All
Is the
right.
idea, which just happens to be a little bit less than my 40 that I'm doing damage.
Gotcha. Okay, so we need to really do well in the savings. So.
Correct. So you're making these two saving throws, and we're doing OD rules here.
Yeah.
So let me see. It's spells and breath, stone wands, death is what it is. Spells and breath, stone wands, death. So breath saves versus breath. You get your hit dice plus 1. So one of your guys has about 8 hit dice.
Yeah.
So 8 plus 1 is 9. So you're gonna roll this. You're gonna add 9, and you want to hit 20 or more.
Wait, it says HD 16 plus 18. Sorry.
Altogether, right? The 16 dice plus 18 more hit points.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So if you just cut it in half, it's 8 hit dice each.
And so I need 9. What do I need?
You're adding 9, so the die needs to come to 11 or more.
Okay.
So after all this math, it's just 50-50. So you're looking for 11 more. Here comes, let's say your Lord first.
For my Lord.
Yeah. Okay, that's saved, so you only take 20
half
points of
damage,
damage.
yes.
Yeah. And what about your Griffin? Okay, also save
Glad
that.
I brought my 19 die.
Okay, so just document this. So assuming that you have 37 each, you took 20 points each, and now
Yeah.
you're down to 17.
Okay.
And that's Dragon Fire Breath. I only get 3 in the game.
All right.
You get a round of combat.
Okay. So what I would like to do
Oh no.
is attack you.
Correct. How many attacks do you get between the two of
Yeah, I
them?
was just trying to figure that out. Sorry. 5.
Fuck.
Yeah. 5.
5.
That's what it says here.
Okay. So damn it, that's a lot of it. Okay, so because the Lord's getting 2 and the Griffin's getting 3 is what's happening.
Sweet.
That's you notice that's the highest number of attacks of anything in the entire game.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so so you get doing some math there. So you get 8 hit dice, and my armor is 2. So 8 and 2 is 10. So the dice need to come up 10, and then you hit.
Okay. Shall I roll 2 at a time? Or?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay.
Those are 2
That's
hits.
2 hits, 2 more, and then 1 more, right?
Yeah. Oh, natural 1 fumble.
Okay. So what happens? The Griffin trips. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then just 1 more. Sorry. The 14.
Nice.
Okay.
4 hits. Okay.
Yeah.
So my dragon has 40 hit points.
So now I roll for damage, right?
Right.
So it's d6 plus 3 for each of those. So it's 46 plus 12.
Correct.
Okay. that 15?
Yeah.
Plus 12?
27, right?
27.
So that means I'm down to 13 hit points?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is that right? So I get one more round in this turn.
Yeah. And if you breathe fire, it's curtains. It doesn't really matter what.
I'm going to breathe fire on you again.
So it doesn't even matter. I don't need to roll saving throw.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. So your 2 guys get wiped out because I do at least 20 points each.
Right.
That's the end of the turn of combat. Now I'll point out that my dragon happens to be under 20 hit points.
Oh, right.
And therefore we remove both of those figures from the board, just like we normally do.
Could have saved ourselves.
Right. Just like we normally do with the mutually assured destruction. Okay, so Shirlene is overly one, but is overly injured, so limps off the board and lives to fight another day.
All right.
But is out of this fight. You good with what just happened?
Yeah, that's cool. That was fun. Yeah.
All right.
Lots of fun.
So I did actually go to a Book of War fight, and a D&D game broke out. Okay, so that's what's happening currently with our zoom in action. I'm going to go back to the overhead view here. So feel free to leave a comment. Maybe that'll happen again tonight. Maybe not.
And is the idea of the withdrawal at 20 points just because it doesn't seem fair to have someone with like 1 hit point going around?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely.
All right, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
And it kind of and to be clear, when the mutually assured destruction rule, that was in my head all along.
Yeah.
Right. If somebody gets down to.
And do you know what? I think if you ever decide on that as the final answer, it's just even a note in the rules that this does not mean they're dead. Because I think what's worrying a lot of people is like, well, I want to put my D&D character in the mass combat, and it's I just touch another NPC, I die. But if you just make clear, no, you just withdraw. That's what I would do. Yeah.
I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. That's good. That's super good, actually. Yeah. Okay. So let me just kind of check in on the comments of what just happened there. So Despero was asking, wow, that's a beefy Griffon. Was asking, where's the +3 on the hits come from? So there's a little bit of an averaging there, right? The Lord would be doing like 1d8 +3,
right?
And then the Griffin would be doing, like in my OED rules, I think doing 1d6 +1. I think is what they do.
Okay.
Because they're kind of big, and then I averaged them together, and I came out to the 1d6 +3.
Okay.
Right, just to kind of have it short statistically.
Yeah.
So that's that. So the Lord would be doing 1d8 +3, and then that's the same average as if you did 1d6 +4. So it's taking the 1d6 +2 from the Griffin and 1d6 +4 from the Lord, and got that.
Okay.
So averaging it for simplicity is what we did there. Yep. Hopefully that makes sense. Great. Okay, so that is the end of my turn.
Okay.
So at least I managed to get your Griffin out of there.
Right. Right.
Which was a points advantage to me, because the Griffin costs more than the dragon. So that was a reasonable sacrifice to make, I think, on my end.
Right.
But now it's your turn. What are you going to do for movement?
I think I want to actually stay still.
Okay.
And I actually think... I think, and I probably, I could be wrong. I think I might be in range.
Okay.
So I want to throw boulders at these, and I want to do slings at these.
Okay.
And I want to... So I'm essentially saying no movement.
Okay, yeah.
And my wizard... the wand, I have to say how many inches?
Yes.
But the limit is 30?
24.
Oh, 24.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to wand.
And pick a target point, too.
Yeah, of course. But there's no limit on wands, right? I'm not like using a charge or something.
That is correct.
Okay.
They're using a charge, but we don't count the charges.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to wand 24 inches at these guys.
Okay. How about you measure that right now?
Okay.
Let's see. I bet you're not in 24.
All right.
It made sense to try.
Yeah, not. Okay.
Yeah.
So while we're at it, I'm not in 18 either. And while we're at it, I'm not in 20.
Okay.
So that was my turn.
Okay. This is the point where Delta tries to remember what you just measured. So I'm going to have my crossbows get up on top of this hill, which has been the plan all along. So once I start fireballing, I have to let go of the move earth spell, unfortunately. I'm going to move my pikes up half, which means I can still control the earth. That's the plan. So I'm going to move the pikes up 6 inches.
Okay.
Is that what I should do? Because we just measured and saw that you're out of range. So why am I moving into range? That would put me. Yeah, that would put me in range, wouldn't it? That's stupid.
I can't remember. I think you're worried about it. I wouldn't worry about it.
I retract that. I'm not going to. Only the crossbows will move. Everybody else stays there. So it costs 2 inches, 2 inches. So it's a total of 4. So I have 8 actual inches I can move. I'm going to measure from here. So it looks like I can get to about there.
Okay.
Crawl up here. That was my full movement, so I can't shoot. But I'm going to continue to move the rough to block you here, another 6 inches.
Okay. And rough is, I'm sorry, half movement?
Correct.
Okay.
It's half movement, yeah. How's that? And that's the end of my turn.
So... Okay. So... I'm gonna do a full... Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Ooh.
There's some pending questions from Julian that I'm going to get to when we get a pause, but I'm very interested in what Gamma's going to do for his movement right now.
All right, for movement, I'm going to move a half move, which will only be 3 inches, into the rough.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to follow. The pikes will follow. Okay. And these will follow. As far as I can.
Remember, pikes lose their special ability
in rough. But they won't even get into the rough, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't even think that, yeah. And then that's all the movement I'm going to do.
Okay.
So
I wish that would have been a less well-chosen move.
All right, so this is important because I think this is going to come down to like small fraction of an inch.
Yeah.
So I really want you to watch me and keep me above board here.
I trust that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, this thing, I'm just don't want to. Okay, there we go. All right, so that. Okay, so here is exactly 3 inches. Okay.
Great. I appreciate the precision.
And these guys have enough movement
Sure.
that I'm just going to have them come along. And then these also.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have them.
Was that a half? Was that less than half, or was that more than half?
What I just did with them?
Yeah.
I actually think it was like right around half.
Let's call it half.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So that's all my movement. Now I want to try some attacks.
Great.
I'm going to try to hit you from here. I didn't move.
Yep.
And I want to try, half attack or whatever you call it.
Great.
On there. Okay,
on the horses?
Yeah, on the horses.
Okay. Right.
So again, is
your wizard shooting a fireball?
Yes. Oh no, he moved.
If you move half, that's why I was asking. If you move half, you can shoot 1. If you stand still, you can shoot 2.
I'm going to shoot one 24 inches at the horses.
Got it.
Okay. So the Cloud Giant has 20 range. So, it's probably... Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Shall I resolve that?
Yeah. So you get one solo figure. You get one die. It automatically hits, right? Solos automatically hit.
Okay.
So I just take off. What's the damage? 1, right?
So even though it was long range, it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now the slings. The slings only have 8. I'm pretty sure it's 18. Yes, it's 18. This is going to be really close, I think. Unless I miscounted. When I said it was close,
That's that. We're going to call it 18.
look at that.
Yep. Nice.
Can they see that on the camera?
It's right. The 18 on
It's literally
Gamma's
18.
Hobbits. It's right. It's exactly 18.
I told you.
Nice.
All right.
I'm impressed.
So,
I'm impressed and worried.
Yeah. Well, do remember I wasted a whole turn shooting it at nothing. So let's
sometimes
see.
Finding the range is actually really critical.
Well, that's true.
Right.
Right. Well, you ever watch? Oh man, there was a really great show about trebuchets
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
PBS or something.
Yeah. Sure.
And the whole trick is hitting it that first time. Like they built these
Got it.
insane trebuchets. They
Yeah.
went somewhere in Europe. They built a wall, and then they built these trebuchets, and maybe catapults too.
Yeah.
And it was all about hitting it that first time.
Okay.
Do you know what
All
I'm
right.
saying?
Okay.
Like they would overshoot, undershoot, overshoot,
Yeah, yeah,
undershoot.
yeah.
But then once they hit
Got
it,
it. I see what you're saying.
once
Got it. Yeah.
and I've always thought if I did a siege, I would make you roll the hit with those big war machines
Right.
until you hit. And then I'd probably just
Oh.
wouldn't make you roll to hit it.
Oh, yeah. That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's a lovely. Huh.
Right.
Huh. I'm writing that down.
That's what I was thinking.
See, what I think of is I'm a big World War II battleship, naval action aficionado, and so to my understanding, when the big battleships would start shooting each other, the initial shot was intentionally like you have maybe 12 guns, right? Was initially further and shorter and further and shorter, right?
Yeah.
Right. Some further, and then you'd see where they land, and you'd call in what it looks like the actual
It's
range
sort of like
should
the
be.
tracer idea too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Super
Right.
cool. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Exactly.
All right. So with that, these fellows normally get. They would normally get 2 each.
Are you okay if I only give you the front rank?
Yes, that's
Which is
fair.
normally what
That's
we
fair.
do, right?
That's fair. Yes,
Yeah.
that's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then that's 2 shots.
You get 2 shots.
Plus 1, but it is long range, so -1.
Exactly.
So I need 5s?
You're
Are they 6?
Yeah, I agree. You need 5s. My
Because
armor's 6.
Their armor's 6, but they get a elite bonus. All right, so here we go.
5s. Oh no! Oh! Ouch. Okay.
Wow.
All right. That was a lot of math for
nothing.
Okay. All right. Good.
That was
all right.
Snake Eyes for those of you who didn't catch it.
Yeah, that's too bad. Okay, that hurt. So do I need to make a morale check over here? Did you range your fireball?
Oh, sorry. Let's do it.
What's the range?
I said 24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, I said 24. Yeah. All right. No, I don't think so. Nope.
Okay, I
No,
arranged
no
that.
good.
Okay, good. Do I have to make a morale check? I got 8 figures left. 8 divided by 1 is 8.
No, you're fine.
That's automatic.
You're good.
All right.
Interesting stuff.
Okay. Let me just ping. Okay, so as usual, Julian has great observations here from our little D&D zoom in, and the first question was when my dragon was injured down to 13th for my second breath attack.
Oh!
Do I do less damage?
And what is the actual D&D rule on that?
There's debate. Okay, now in BX, clearly you do less.
Okay.
BX, you clearly do less.
BX is less.
Original and first edition doesn't say
That's
that.
super clear.
Doesn't say that. And my reading of original D&D is that you don't reduce it. It seems to me like the text says that they're separate and you don't reduce it. And when I've polled people, most first edition players do not reduce it from damage.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it would be so unprecedented. It'd be so different from all the other rules. I mean, then you would ask the question, why would you, what about fighters when they've lost most of their hit points? Shouldn't they do less damage? You know, it sort of opens a can of worms.
True.
Yeah.
True. So clearly that is the rule in BX. And you know what? You can even dig into the first edition Fiend Folio, and the dragons in the Fiend Folio also do say that. But it's not in the original first edition monster manual. It's not in original D&D, and most zero first edition players don't reduce the damage.
Fair enough.
So I don't reduce it.
And that's how it was in the arena simulator?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. Okay, there's a larger discussion there, but I'm happy with that rule. Now, the other thing that Julian pointed out is that in original D&D, right, and then I'll point out Julian. So Julian's saying there's a quote there in Monster Manual. It says the breath does the damage according to the hit points. You notice that at that point in first edition, the phrase maximum hit points didn't exist. So when you say hit points, it's still ambiguous whether you're talking about current hit points or maximum hit points, because that language distinction did not exist. But like I say, when I've polled first edition players, most of them don't reduce it.
Great.
And I think that's the original intent. I think. And then the other even more troubling point that Julian had was that in original D&D, it says you're supposed to dice to see if the dragon uses the breath weapon. I mean, it's about 50-50. But in our prior games, we haven't been doing that when the dragon uses it in the mass combat.
No.
So I'm assuming that I was allowed. I'm assuming that I was allowed to choose to use the breath weapon.
Right. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I just don't play with enough dragons to. I know the game's called Dungeons and Dragons, but I almost never have dragons in my games. Yeah,
that's right. Which again is why I like running high level games, to try these pieces that we kind of haven't played with enough. Mm-hmm. So feel free to leave a comment about whether you think I should be rolling to see if I get to use the breath weapon. Previously on Book of War, it's just been by fiat of the controlling player.
Right.
So I think that's consistent with what we've done in the past.
It sort of makes sense. I mean, I get it when it's an NPC and you know,
right.
It's almost like a reaction check or something.
Right. Right. And as a DM in a D&D game, I don't mind having an objective, have the dice tell me whether it does the horrible, terrible thing. Right. I don't pick. But here, against you, Dan, I'm happy to pick the horrible, terrible thing. I'd like to pick the horrible thing. Yeah. That's what I'd like to do. So that's how we're playing that tonight. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to see something different.
Sounds good.
And that roll is still in first edition, right? A little modified, so that's a good point. It is my turn, and I am going to... so my crossbows have range 18. Okay, now I can shoot at your cloud giant, but the rule is I'd have to confirm a hit. I can't hit you because you're at long range and your armor's 6, so I can't hit you at all. Not an option. So what if I keep moving the rough and move it back and scoop up your army and just push you that way?
I mean, that would be a clever usage of, yes. I could really hold it against you if you did.
I'm not sure that would accomplish anything. I kind of want to do it because it'd be funny, but I'm not sure it would accomplish anything because at some point you'd be at range and then we'd just be back where we started. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I'm going to do with my horses. This is such a weird position. So I want my crossbows to move half and get right on the edge of the top of the hill. I want to optimize my position there.
Okay.
What am I going to do with my horses?
What is the firing arc on slings? 45 degrees
Correct.
like everything else?
Correct, yeah. Correct. I don't see what I'm going to do with these horses. My horses are going to reform. I'm going to spend the turn and reform the horses into a different formation. And these guys are going to stand still. Okay, so this is clearly less than half a turn as I go to here. I want so I'm going to reform these guys to be kind of a narrow column. I got to keep Bertrand in the front. I'll put him here, I guess. Okay. All right, so that's my movement, and my attacks are. I guess I want to eliminate those halflings. So I'm going to have all my crossbows shoot at them, and I'm going to have my wizard is going to drop the move earth,
right,
and shoot 2 lightning bolts at the hobbits at a range of 20 squared and 6 squared, 436, and the square root of 436. I shoot at a range of the square root of 436.
Oh,
which is it 222-ish? I'm going to call it 21. I think it's 21 inches.
Okay, all right. Both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 21 inches. Does this land? I'm going to shoot at this hobbit figure right there.
Okay.
And it'd be 21 to land on that. Great.
Yeah.
I believe that's this, right. Yep, that's pretty much the square root of 436.
Yep.
So that pops 2 of those figures.
Okay. Just talking around, even though they're elite.
They do fireballs do from a wand do 6 damage. So anything up to 6 health gets knocked off.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. And then my crossbows, if I'm within 18. Great. Everybody's in range. Clearly long range. So I'm going to get. I moved half.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get 4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And your armor is 4, so I need 5s.
Okay.
I got 1 hit.
Now again, on an elite. Okay, yeah.
I need to score 3 of those
okay,
to remove 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
That is my turn. Have some electricity, buddy.
Yeah. Don't like it.
It's shocking.
All right.
Did you make a morale check for those hobbits there?
Yeah, so it's 1 plus 1 for morale plus an extra 1 for morale.
It's 1 for the ratio plus 3 for their health.
Right, that's 4 plus 1 for the elite.
Plus 1 because they're lawful.
Okay.
So I think you're up to 5.
5.
Yeah.
But elite don't get an extra morale bonus?
It's just baked into their health.
Oh, it's in their house.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it doesn't say here.
If it doesn't say there. Okay.
Yeah.
So 5. So I need to roll 4.
Correct. Oh,
No
easy.
problem. No problem.
Okay, and it's your turn.
Cool. So, want to do another half move forward, like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm going to need to... I want to side face.
Okay.
And then try to start squeezing through here.
Okay.
This, I'm going to move a few inches up, half move.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a little skeptical you're going to get the pikes out of the way, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so this is 3 inches.
Nice. Nice.
My finger's stuck. All right. Why don't we see what happens?
Now, I will point out, you could wheel the pikes.
Oh, I could just wheel them.
Yeah.
So, now I'm taking the rough into account. So before they get to the rough, it's 2.
Agreed. Yep.
Shall I just do that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, so then boom.
Yeah, it's a little bit more efficient for you.
And then now they're in the rough. So they could do up to... So 3 would be... I think I roughly want them at...
Oh, great.
I
think you can go move 5 real inches now, right?
Yes, I can move 5 real inches. So... that's what I do. Does that make sense?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Maybe I shouldn't have helped you out with that.
Well, I appreciate it. I really do. All right, so 4.5 will take me right to the edge of the rough.
Okay.
I'll just go. I'm going to go at a slight angle, though, like this, sort of. Okay. Okay, that's all my movement.
Okay.
I want to fire on your horses.
Got it.
So I should check range, right? Oh, I have to declare all. Declare all. Right?
Declare all attacks. Yeah.
I'm gonna fireball. Okay. Break out a sweat here. 24 inches aiming at this.
Got it.
I'm going to shoot you with a boulder.
Got it.
And that's it.
Got it.
All right, so let's see on the... Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Now, you moved, right?
Yes,
So, right, you get 1 die per figure.
Right.
Right, so you get 3 dice. And let me see. So my armor is 6, up to 7 for range.
Yeah.
Down to 6 because of Hobbit vision.
Yeah.
Super superiority. Down to 5 because you're high level.
Right. Right.
Just like last time. There's 1 hit.
All right.
Just mark that with a die.
All right. So I know this is in range because nothing's changed here.
Got it.
So I just take a figure off.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. Right.
Okay.
Poop.
All right, and then this I said 24 inches aiming at him.
Got it. Okay. You get 1 fireball here.
So 24 would take me here.
Okay, so you're hitting one of the pike figures behind my wizard.
Yeah, behind it.
And one of those figures gets blown up
Yeah.
by a fireball. Narrowly missing my wizard. Okay. Now, if you hit a solo with a fireball, they get a saving throw.
Okay.
The scale, which is just you roll 2 dice and you try to beat the damage.
Okay.
Which is 6.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Okay. Do I need to make a morale check? Those are all your attacks, right?
That's everything.
Okay. So
I don't think so. 7.
7 plus 1 for the health is 8.
You can't
Right.
roll
Can't
below
miss
that.
that. And then here, same deal. I got 8. Yeah, I have the same deal there. All right, so now I'm going to have my horses charge forward as far as they can.
Okay.
I'm trying to maybe cut off your pikes, I guess.
Okay.
I'd love to catch your pikes in the rough, I guess, while they don't have their special attack.
Well, they don't have the attack.
Right. These pikes behind... Okay, so you just ranged... I need to pay more attention when my opponent measures stuff. If I hit your wizard with a lightning bolt, you probably make the save. But what if I tag you twice? I think you threw a 24. I think. Did you throw a 24?
Do I have to answer that?
Absolutely not. Totally not. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Crossbows stay where they are. My wizard stays where they are. The horses charge forward. These pikes left face and then start to move around that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Try to get them in the game. I feel like I'm playing chess now. Like I move this pawn to open up the path for the bishop.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
There's a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah. So these guys go 12, kind of to the edge of the stream.
Okay.
These guys left face, which I will just do 2 of these and do more of them later on. So I have 6 inches of movement. I can measure, there's like 2 inches.
Okay.
And 3 inches.
Okay.
And then to spin this way costs 2 inches.
Okay.
I can move 1 more inch.
Yeah. Okay.
Like something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
All right. So now my attacks. I guess I'm going to try to eliminate those pikes. So I'm going to have my crossbow shoot at your pikes.
All right.
And I'm going to have my wizard lob 2 lightning bolts at your wizard. And I'm declaring the range to be 23.
Okay.
Did you shoot your fireball 24? It was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 23. So here I am measuring. I really, really want this to land exactly on top of your wizard. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you got
great.
it.
Okay, sweet.
So 2 hits is gonna eliminate him.
You get the rolls. You get saves.
Oh, you get 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll. Maybe I shouldn't, but we're gonna roll saving throws twice. So if you can roll, let me make sure we're doing this exactly what it says. 1, right? Solo rules.
Save versus damage.
Right. Save versus damaging spells 2d6 over the damage.
So I need a 7.
Yeah, you need to roll 7.
Okay.
It's twice.
So 1 hit. Only 1 hit.
It only takes 1 hit because
for
you only
wizards,
have 1
yeah.
health
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
level. Yeah.
Okay. So wizard's dead.
All right. Which again makes sense. If you actually hit somebody with 2 lightning bolts,
Yeah.
they're probably gone.
Yes.
Okay. Whew. All right. I was really worried that I was misremembering your the range there. So that was critical. And then I'm shooting at your pikes here. Is that more than 9? Yeah. So that's long range. I'm going to get 7 dice. 4, 5, 6, 7. And I need 5s.
Okay.
There's only 1 hit there. And those are all my attacks.
Okay. Now, do I have to do a morale check when the wizard went down?
No.
Okay. So that's then I'll just remove.
Yeah.
Those.
You can move up the figures where he was. Like,
Yeah,
that's
right.
kind of what effectively happens all the time.
Yeah. Here, I don't think there's any way.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So that's it.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yeah.
All right. I want to get these pikes out of the rough. So what I think I'll do is wheel to the edge of the rough.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, can I wheel again? If I have...
Yeah.
I may not have movement
Sure.
enough, but
Yeah.
that's... I would like to kind of go boom, boom.
Great.
As
Great.
far as I can.
Clever.
As far as I can, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. These fellows... Is this... I'm going to need your judgment call. Is this within 45 degree?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to fire on them.
Okay.
This, I think I will just pick off another one of these guys.
Got it.
And these guys will charge through what will open up here.
Great.
All right.
Give you some extra dice over there.
Thanks. So this is to get to the edge, 4,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, which is 8, right?
Agreed.
All right, so let's do that. I'm going to hold this here and go.
You're making good moves tonight, Dan.
Thanks. And then, so I have 4 left, right?
Yep.
So, like to hear?
Yep.
Am I out of the rough? That was a little weird.
Yeah, once you get the front line
Okay,
out, yes.
All right. And then,
I guess I should. So I mean, you don't have to pay any more to move in the rough, right? So if a fight starts here, not in the rough. If a fight starts here, that fight's happening in the rough.
right.
Yeah.
So these 2 guys are not going to get their pike bonus if the attack comes from this flank.
And you wouldn't anyway because it only works from the front.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But if somebody attacks here, I get it.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. I mean, at least I have minimal exposure here, if nothing else, right? Like, only 2 figures could really attack me here, right? Oh, well,
depending on movement.
Well,
yeah.
but if they wrap around, I get the...
Correct.
Okay. But if they're this way, I
yes.
don't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to go a full movement here, which is half
Yep.
movement, which is 4.5, I think. Does that sound right?
That does. That does sound
Okay.
right. Yeah.
So that really just takes me to the middle of the R on rough.
Yep.
And then attacks. So this to here, let's see if it's long range or short.
Yeah. So if you're within 9 inches, it's short range.
So from the close, yeah, I think I'm in with.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. So that's 3 dice. This time I only need.
It's actually 6 dice because you didn't move.
Didn't move. So this time I only need 4s as well, right? Because
Yeah.
it's short range.
Let me just do the math. That
Yep.
makes sense, right? So 6. Down 1 because they're 3 health, and down 1 because they have supervision. So yeah, 4.
Great. Oh, what a terrible row. Well, I got 2 hits.
And this
That went with that, yes.
right. So that scores 3, and 1 goes down.
Okay, I'll take it.
They're only at 2 health, so obviously 1 went down. There's still 1 damage to go.
Okay, 1 damage left. Nice. It's nice to see something fall over. Now this nothing has changed here, but I'll just check to make sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's within 20.
Okay.
So 1 more down. And that's all I can do because these guys have no ranged attacks.
Okay. So let me see. Morale check here. 6 plus 1 is 7. That's still automatic.
Mm-hmm.
And then here it's 3 plus 2 for their health plus 1 because I have a lord with them.
Yeah.
So I'm adding 6, and the dice need to be at least 3.
Right.
So just don't roll snake eyes.
Okay.
Okay, they're good. Not the best roll. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Disparel, good catch on the miniatures. They are from that same line. The horses there are from that same line. I think I got them out of a game called Lionheart. That was from the same manufacturer, I think, as Battle Masters, I think.
Have you ever heard of a game it was published by Avalon Hill for a while. I think it's called Feudal.
That's new to me.
Oh, my father-in-law said he used to love to play it
Oh.
back in the day.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. And Julian was asking why were we allowing the wizard to get hit by the lightning bolt? So we know that we don't let them get when they're embedded. They certainly don't get hit by normal missiles, but we are letting them get hit by magic
With a save.
magic attacks like that with a save. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Which feels right when you also, like, it's kind of parallel to confirming hit.
Yeah.
I know you can't hit the mage, but on a lord. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And and those things are area attacks. So I figure if you're even around the same location, like having bodies in front of you doesn't save you from a fireball, for example.
Right.
So that's the thinking there. So a little bit, again, that one's a little bit like, dramatic about whether you actually call the exact right range or not. And I'm glad I remembered.
Could have happened the other way.
Yeah.
Right? If I had said 23 instead of 24.
Yep. I would have been on the receiving end of that. So... Well, you're blocking where... So I thought I was going to get my guys in range, but now I'm being blocked. So I'm going to move these pikes up to the stream if I can.
Okay.
Okay, so my win condition here is wipe out your ranged attack. So at the moment, I'm up a wizard. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be keep my horses where they are, keep my other guys where they are, and I'm going to be targeting everything on your hobbits.
All right.
Trying to eliminate those.
Yeah.
So the crossbows shoot at them, and my wizard shoots 2 lightning bolts. At the back guy, I'm pointing at the back guy because they're in the middle.
This one, right?
Yeah, let me get this on camera. Maybe this camera shot will help me. There's hobbits over there on the far left. Okay, how far is that? So it was 22? What did I say? 21 last time and hit your wizard. So this is clearly closer by about 5 inches. So I'm saying 16 inches. 16 inches.
So this fellow
Correct.
is 16 inches over.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so 16's on my wizard, and that's too short. So I shot 2 lightning bolts here in the rough, and they both sink into the ground and do no damage.
Okay.
That's how that works. But I still have the crossbows, which are clearly long range. Oh, I forgot to move my pikes. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Okay.
yeah. You said you would. You declared
Yeah.
that.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long range. So I need 5s
Yeah.
against the hobbits. That's a pretty good roll. I got 4 hits on you.
Damn you. And they have 3 HD each.
Correct.
So that's now becomes a 2.
Yeah.
And 1 falls.
Correct. 4 hits out of 6.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So declaring movement.
Morale check for those guys?
Oh yeah. All right. So 2 plus 3 is 5.
Yeah.
Plus 1
Yeah.
is 6.
Yeah.
So I need a 3.
Yeah. Got it.
Got it. All right. Now, declaring movement. I'm gonna, I mean, am I wasting my giant by just chucking stones? I guess if I were to get into melee, I'd do more damage with them. Not really. No. I'm thinking of a figure of giants.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I think I'm actually doing fine just chucking stones with this thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to move the giant.
Yeah.
The pikes. Question. You've answered this before. I'm sorry. Bear with me. On a hill, are pikes neutered or whatever?
They are.
Yeah. Damn it.
They are.
All right.
Anything other than felt.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
They've got to be felted.
Yeah. So, I think for now, what I'm gonna do is just wheel them to up to the edge of the stream, basically.
Yep.
All right. These fellows, I think, will just advance.
Okay.
These. We're going to, I guess, continue to try to pick away at that. I don't really know. Think about this, Dan. Think about it. Might be better to work on softening up your pikes a little bit. But they only do 1 damage each, right?
The dwarves?
The halflings.
That's correct, yeah.
But these are 2 health each.
Correct. Yeah, 2.
All right. I want to continue to pelt, so I'm not going to move them. Is I guess what I'm saying.
Yep.
So these, I think I'm going to go full movement.
All right.
Try to cross the stream.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Yep.
And that's everything. That's all my movement. So I don't think I need to really measure just to wheel around. So I'm going to just basically go like. Something like
That's
this.
a great move. I really like that move a lot.
Okay.
That move was really nice with the pikes. That was great.
All right, cool. Now, these guys can go 4.5, which so it looks like it's about 3.5 to the stream.
Yep.
And you said the stream's divided by 4.
Correct.
So 1/4 of an inch into the stream.
Yeah.
Which I think 1/4 of an inch.
Or really 1/2 inch, I think.
Right. Wait, so I'm using all but an inch of my movement. This is 3.5 to get to the edge of the stream.
Yeah, I think I think you have 2 inches left actually, because you're paying 7 out of 9, so you have 2 inches left.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so I have 1/2 inch into the stream. Yes. Very good. So 1/2 inch into the stream was going to look like the metal part. Is that okay? So let me just get into the right part of the. Like that. I guess I'll just make it all the same.
That's nice.
Yeah, all the same. Okay. All right. Nothing's changed here. So
Okay.
Here. I guess nothing's really changed here either, but it's still within 9.
Yep. So you're gonna get 4 dice.
Okay.
And need
4s again?
4s, yeah. Okay, there's 3 hits. So that means 2 figures go down.
Excellent.
So
That's what I was hoping. That was the best I could possibly hope for. Thank goodness.
Okay, so I think every turn that these guys get pelted by the giant, the morale check just maybe it doesn't change at all.
Right.
No, right. It will go up by 1, right? Mm-hmm. So it was 3 last time. It probably got to be 4 this time.
Yeah.
Divided by 5 plus 1 for their health is 6.
Yeah.
No, that ought to be 3. 3. Maybe it was automatic last time. Now I have to roll.
Okay, so
5 plus 1 for their health is 6. Okay, so I need to roll and just don't roll snake eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 and a 1.
Good.
So they're still in the game. But these guys, so I only have 1 actual horse.
So the king doesn't count towards morale.
He's gonna get a +1 on top of everything else.
He gives a +1 to the group.
But it's not counted for the ratio.
Yeah.
So 1 divided by 2 is 0, +2 for their health, +1 for the Lord. I'm adding 3.
Yeah.
And the dice need to come up at least 6.
Okay, that makes sense.
That actually worked. I got a 7, but it's only 1 horse.
Yeah.
I just saved one. I'm going to remove this trait.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my... now that's good for my Lord. I mean, that means you can't hit my Lord with missiles.
Yeah, it is good for your Lord.
Stuff like that.
I'm sorry.
And it's my turn.
Yeah, it is.
So that's my heavy horse. Haven't done much. Okay, now the horses are bad fighting in the stream, but the Lord is fine. The Lord doesn't get reduced in the bad terrain.
But his movement gets reduced because he's embedded, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But the attacks don't get reduced.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I think I'm gonna.
But the Lord only gets 1 attack anyway, right? Does the Lord get 2 attacks?
Sweep attacks, my friend.
Oh, sweep
attacks.
Sweep.
Oh, but they're elites. But the dwarves are elites,
Yes.
so I can't do
So
that.
there's no sweep.
Right. Only 1 health targets. Okay, I thought I was clever there. What if I charge the pikes? The pikes are 1 health, so if I get in contact, I can get sweep attacks. But you would actually get these, whatever they are, double 4 dice attacks.
Yeah.
Against a Lord whose armor is 6. Is that right? Is their armor 6 or is their armor 7 here? Their armor is 7 against armor 7. So,
Wait, does that make you unhittable? I don't really understand.
When I'm unhittable when I'm embedded.
Oh, but you get flanked.
Those horses make me horses make me unhittable. But once the horses go away, then you can flank me, get +1, and hit me with 6.
With a 6, right?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay, so on the initial charge, I'm going to be unhittable.
Okay.
The initial charge with the horses next to me, I'm going to be unhittable, and then I'll get in, and then I can get sweep attacks at that point.
Gotcha.
I'm going to try that. My Lord bravely tells his...
You guys go in front
exactly,
of me.
and we charge through the stream
behind
at your pikes. That's exactly what's happening. Bertrand the Conqueror, that's how he does it. And then these pikes are going to move behind them to try to screen do the same job that you're doing over there, to try to screen this side of the stream from your dwarves.
Okay.
So I'd like to. Okay, so I'm going to move half and then left. I'm going to move half and then left face.
Okay.
Is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the movement. All right, so these guys have a movement of 12. So I see going over here. So that's 2 inches to the edge of the stream. So I've got 10 inches left.
Okay.
Getting through the stream is 1.5 inches, which costs
6.
So I've spent 8.
Wait a minute. For horses, is it even worse?
Fuck.
You're
right.
Is it like 12?
It is 12. It is 12.
So you can't even do that, can you?
Right.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah. No, because I just
no.
paid 2.
You just did 2, yeah.
Okay, so I'm about 3/4 the way in, I think.
Okay.
Someone feel free to check the math. You're right. With horses,
It's
there you go.
8.
Double penalty. Thank you.
Sure.
Yep. Good catch. Good catch.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys can move 6. So like I'm going to do this. There's 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then spend half my move to left face.
Okay.
Now currently the miniatures are all pointing the wrong direction. So I'm just going to spin the whole thing around.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Get that where they were
There's
there.
some real color guard stuff happening on the battlefield here.
Yeah. All right, and again, if you hit there on the felt, if you hit me from the front, I get super double attacks.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to I'm still going to target. I'm still going to target the hobbits. Yeah, I'm still going to target the hobbits. So the crossbows fire at them. They're on a hill, so I think I avoid the shooting over penalty.
The shooting over. Oh, we looked this up once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does. I think on a hill can shoot over figures or something.
Right. Yeah.
Does anyone remember in the chat? I don't know. I think that's right.
Yeah. Right. Archers positioned on higher elevation avoid these limitations.
Yeah.
Great. And then I've forgotten I've forgotten the damn range. So the wizard shoots at this hobbit again.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking at me?
Yes. And I'm calling the range to be 17. 17. Okay. So here we go again. 17. Okay, so really yes, right?
Okay, you got
okay
it.
that I got.
You got one.
Okay, so I got through two lightning bolts on them, and that's actually going to wipe them out.
Okay.
Because I hit you once, I hit you twice.
All right.
Yeah.
So just take them off the...
Yeah, please. Yeah, okay. So good. And the crossbows are overkill at this point, so that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pity. All right. What I would like to do, movement-wise, is wheel into you.
Yeah.
So we agree I can do that, right?
Let's
Okay.
let's measure.
Okay.
It's quadrant, so it has to be.
So 9 divided by 4 is 2.25.
Yeah. Looks like.
Sorry, I'm just trying to do this without actually it. It's kind of cumbersome here. Here, do you? Okay, wait. Oh, shit.
It's really close too.
Yeah.
Let's say yes. Okay, let's stop this and say
okay.
yes.
All right. So,
Yeah. Just so slogging. So here we got stream fight.
yeah, and then I think I just want to pop you again.
Yeah.
These guys, I'm just gonna stand there.
Yeah. It's not a terrible.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's a little bit terrible. I would like to get something going. You know.
I mean, you can fight, right? I mean, you can. I mean,
The
so
fight is
you
normal.
lose the double. You lose the double attacks, but they just work like normal light infantry
Yeah.
in bad terrain.
I think what I'll do,
basically.
I think I need to, because now I'm going to be a sitting duck for your crossbows. So I think I'm going
Okay.
in. I'm going
Right.
in.
Yeah.
So I think, with my 12 movement, so only part of that's in stream.
Yeah, 4 and 2 more. Let's say yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like about half your movement or so.
All right. So
Okay.
like this.
All right.
So if it was a half movement, I can wrap around how many? 1?
I think so. You gotta. Yes. Let's say yes. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this just got sloppy.
All right. So
I'm gonna remove the guy.
yeah, remove a guy.
shopping
Good.
here.
Thank you. All right. And now we have these fellows, 2 of them in contact with your
Yeah.
guy. So I can't hit him because he's with a horse? Oh no, the elites get +1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So mass on solo is what's happening right now.
Yes.
Okay. So you can only attack with 1 figure.
Okay.
Right. And yes, the solos get +1 to hit, so you can hit him with a 6.
I can hit him with 6 because I'm elite. If I weren't
Correct.
elite, I couldn't touch him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're big batch of 3rd level dwarves. They have a chance.
And the other guy can't attack the horses? I mean, he's embedded. How does that work? I honestly don't know.
This is a gray zone. I'm going currently with you'd have to actually be touching them.
Okay. But in fairness,
Yeah.
the base here
Yeah.
represents for this guy 10 horses.
Let's say yes for tonight. Let's say yes.
Okay, so
okay,
I can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when I envision the embedding, I envision it
Yeah.
as like one little among. Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, although it probably isn't fair to you that your base is so big in the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe that should be the offsetting.
I'm going to say yes tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can revisit this another time. But thank you for that. So, all right. So this one needs a 6. Let's resolve that.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not get it. This one needs a 4, I think.
I think it's a 5. Their armor's 6.
Oh, their armor is 6.
Yeah.
Okay, 5.
Okay,
Hey,
that's a hit.
I got
All
a
right,
5.
so that scored a hit against them. And then you have, I see 3 figures. I see 3 figures in contact.
3 and then 1 on the side. Right?
Well, okay, now
around.
we should, under the same ruling, maybe you should count this. I think that's
see what you
excessive
mean.
now. Because you're getting an enormous number of attacks against this one figure.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So 3.
Yeah, 3, unless you want 4.
Does this one get 1 against the solo?
No, you can only attack them once.
Oh, with 1 figure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do 3.
Make it 4.
All
That's
right.
what we're saying right now.
All right, well, that's what we're saying. We can come back to this.
Yeah, but you need 6s.
I need 6s. Not
There's
a
no
single
6s.
6. Not a single
All
6.
right. See, now I look generous.
Yes. Cost you nothing.
That cost me nothing. I look generous. Great. Okay. So my horse escort with Bertrand is still barely in the fight. Now I have to make morale checks here, and I need a 4 now. Last time was 3. Now I need a 4. Okay, 7, and they're still there. This is fine. So my turn. Okay, I like Frank. Okay, now it's good for me because now Bertrand can use his sweep attacks on your pikes. They're in the stream.
Yes.
So we'll stay there and attack your pikes. And I guess I can't hit your cloud giant with the crossbows. I'm going to send these pikes in the stream at your dwarves.
Okay.
Under the same principle. And I'm going to try to find the range on your cloud giant with my lightning bolts.
All right.
So,
but that's a limit of 24 inches, right?
Correct. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Can I get in contact with your dwarves is the question. So I have to wheel these guys around. This takes 1 inch.
To get to the edge of the stream.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm at a bad angle here.
So 1.5 times 4.
Let me pay 1 more. So I have 10 inches left.
Okay.
So it looks like I'm going kind of long way down the stream. So it looks like I need to pay 2 inches to get through this.
2 times 4.
Yeah, so that's 8.
Okay.
So at this
you
point,
have 2 inches left.
right. And I am within an inch there, so it looks like I can do that.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to shove this in here. All right, so the ruling is we're fighting in the stream, so I don't get my extra attacks.
Right.
I used more than half my movement, so I can't wrap or anything like that. So it looks like I'm going to have 3 guys in contact. 1, 2, 3.
And do you want to bring that guy over?
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll attack here. The horses will attack your pikes because Bertrand will get sweep attacks. My crossbows do nothing. I'm going to try to. So you think we're currently out of range from the lightning bolts?
No, I think we're definitely in range. You should not move, and you should try to hit me.
I'm committed to no move. I'm committed because I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. So okay, so 24. So I'll call 23 and 24.
All right,
is what I'll do. 23 and 24. Yeah. Okay, so here's 24. 24 right there. Okay, just short.
I don't want to be a stickler,
short.
but if we're going from the top of his head as we usually do, I don't think it gets there. Yeah, I mean, what do you think?
I miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, just barely by an inch.
Just barely
okay.
by half an inch.
So 25 inches is what we're seeing. Note to self: 25 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that failed. So my pikes against your dwarves, I get. Can I get another couple dice?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I get 3 dice here. Pikes on dwarves, and I need your armor 6, right?
I'm sorry, we're on the dwarves.
Great.
Yeah, they are almost certainly 6. Yes.
Okay, so I need 6s. There's no 6s. I have 1 unit of heavy horse on your pikes.
Okay.
In the open, I'd get 2 dice, but I only get 1 die.
Okay.
And I need a 4.
Okay.
Because that's your armor. That's a hit.
Okay, boom.
Okay, and now Bertrand kicks in and goes to town with the sweep attacks, and he's 12th level, so I knock off 3 of your figures.
Okay, that's how you do it.
Correct.
Okay.
So he mows down 30 people on that turn.
Wow, Bertrand, badass.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. So for morale here, it looks like we're 1 for the ratio.
Yeah.
1 for the health.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So I need a 7.
Yeah. Got it.
And I just barely got it.
Yep, got it.
Nice. All right. No other morale checks. Yeah, I'm gonna bink another one of these guys.
Okay. And no movement, obviously.
No movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like we're coming down the end game.
Yeah. Well, I should have done any wraparound I wanted to do, right?
Go ahead and do it.
Okay, sorry. So I can wrap around 3 if I don't move?
Yeah.
But it looks like I'm engaged.
Right. You only
So
have one that's
one
actually
that can actually
free,
do
yeah.
that, yeah.
Yep.
All right. What about dwarves? Can I move one over to the attack the pikes? I mean, this
yes. Yep.
Okay. Ugh. Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can move 3 because you're not, if you want.
So I could move this one here. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great. Now that gives me 5. Well, I forget though. This guy, I'm gonna use my elite dwarves on him because he's the only one that can go. So 5 attacks against your horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice there.
Then I need a 6.
Correct.
I need a couple 6s.
Correct.
Yeah.
So here's the elite dwarves against Bertrand.
No.
Oh.
I'm doing.
Oh, right.
Pikes
Got it. Yep. Also 6. You're right.
Not a single 6.
Not a 6. A bunch of 1s.
All right. So I just get 1 roll against Bertrand. Right?
Yes.
No. Okay. So now I get 4 rolls against your pikes.
Right. Agreed.
And that I just need 3s.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 3 hits.
3 hits. Nice.
1, 2, 3.
At least something happened. Hey.
Okay, so now the morale check on the crossbows is going to be 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 5.
Just barely.
5, exactly. Okay. Maybe I should have just moved them out of range for a turn or 2. And then on the pikes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Divided by 3 is 2, plus 1 for the health.
Yeah.
So I need 5.
Yeah.
11.
Wow, that was a good roll.
Easy. Okay. My turn, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I should try to get Bertrand to bust through there and go attack your cloud giant and end with a D&D fight. Okay, so these pikes
Yeah.
move forward by 1 inch.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get 1 shot.
Yeah, I understand. That's all you need, right?
You get a saving throw.
But I only have 1 health.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. If you fail to save, then you're going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm going to have these crossbows about face and come down the side of the hill so they're out of sight.
Okay.
So, and that's and then these pikes I'll wrap.
Okay.
3 is what I'll do. So here's 1, 2, 3 there.
Mm-hmm. So one of those will be a rear attack.
Yeah, I agree. Now technically those figures are Right, they're all right in the rough. I lose attacks too, right? So all those guys are one die per guy. So this costs about 6 inches, and I come off the hill and come off the top of the hill, and I'm there.
Okay, very good.
At least I'm out of sight. And then these guys move forward 1 inch. And now I'm attacking, and I shoot one lightning bolt at your cloud giant at a range of 24. Just make sure nothing happened here that...
Right, some miscalculation.
Yeah.
I think you're fine.
Am I on you? Yeah, I'm on
you're
you.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. So I just take them off the board?
No, you get saving throw.
Oh, right.
So you get 2 dice, and
I
if
need
you
a
can
7.
beat a 6... Beat a 6.
Beat a 6, right.
8. You're still there.
All right, cool.
Yep. So so Bertrand knocks off another 3 pikes. You get to pick which figures come off.
Okay.
It's off 3.
Yeah. So I guess these.
Great. And then the other horse figure rolls 1 die, and I need a 4.
Okay.
And another figure goes down.
All right. So the odds are not looking good. No.
And then I'm gonna roll for this guy on the back of your dwarves who needs a 5.
Okay.
That's a miss.
All right.
And then I'll grab some more dice here.
Yeah.
I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep. 1, 2, 6, 7. 6, 7. Yep.
But I need 6s.
Yeah.
There's 1 6.
Yeah.
So
Yep. I had no damage, right? So now I have 1. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So morale, I need to roll an 8, right?
Agreed.
Okay. These guys are gone.
Yeah. Both of our morale rolls have been good tonight.
Mostly good.
Yeah.
No, like really like breathtaking. You know the ones where you're like.
Oh, right. Exactly. Exactly.
But that's it. That's my only morale, I think.
Yeah.
So now, my cloud giant can move 12. I wanna play some D&D.
I think I challenge you.
Okay.
I think Bertrand challenges you.
All right, so I want to kind of like.
Yeah.
I don't know what's better for movement. Just cut across the corner of the rough or go back. I'm not going to make it either way.
Remember, solos don't pay to pivot, so it's probably better to stay in the clear.
Okay. So my move is as far as I can get. I'm probably not going to make it. But,
Okay.
And then no one else is moving. Everyone else is fighting.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll say 2.5 to get here.
Nice.
So let's move that like this. So like 2.5 gets me there. Mm-hmm. Then if I just follow this it looks like 9 to the edge of the screen. So that's 11
Okay.
and a half to the edge of the stream.
Yeah.
And then basically nothing. I mean, I can't really get anywhere.
I feel like you could have measured here would have been like you would have been 10 and a half. So I think if you can contact me from, are you 1.5 inches away from here?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So if it's like here is 10 and a half,
right.
and then try to go here.
Yeah.
Not quite. It's like 2 inches.
Let's say yes. Bertrand accepts.
He wants to fight.
Bertrand accepts your ludicrous challenge.
Chomping at the bit. All right, cool. So that was all my movement. Yeah, I can't wrap or anything. There's nothing I can do. So now I'm going to. Shall I resolve this first?
Yeah, do that first.
Okay. So first of all, one dwarf is going to attack Bertram, which might make all this moot. No.
Do we permit that? Is that acceptable?
You're gonna have to tell me that.
Seems like yes.
One figure.
Seems like yes.
I mean, I see what you're getting at. So we did say at the beginning of the game that if you enter melee between figures, no one else can touch.
Seems like my horses should block your dwarves.
Okay.
Seems like my horses should block your dwarves.
Okay. Fine.
And then we just have solo versus solo.
That's fine.
Action.
That's fine. Okay.
I'm just gonna move the figures on the board to show that.
Sure. Okay. So now, then I get one dwarf can attack your horses.
Yeah.
So that dwarf will need a 5.
Yeah.
Nope.
Missed it by 1.
All right. So now I have
By that
4
much.
dwarfs that need 3s.
Yeah. 3
Okay,
hits.
so 3 hits. That's not
Take
bad.
that off and that off. And I guess this off.
All right. Now it is time for solo.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Grab your crazy dice, kids.
Here. Yeah. You want? Okay.
Let me zoom in. So we currently have a solo-on-solo fight between Dan's Cloud Giant.
And your
Who's
Lord.
named what again? Do you remember your Cloud Giant's name?
Neblina.
Damn it. Against my 12th level Lord Bertrand the Conqueror.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get 1 round of attacks, and then me, and then you in this zoomed in turn.
Okay. So the Cloud Giant does 3d6. Hey.
Yeah.
And I get. So I still don't really fully understand how to calculate THACO or whatever here. Like, what do I?
Great. So I'm using my OED target 20 for what it's worth.
Okay.
So the general idea is, and feel free to look this up at oedgames.com/target20.
Yes.
Is you roll a d20,
Right.
you add your hit dice and the armor of the
Okay.
opponent,
Okay.
and you're trying to get 20.
So my hit dice are 12.
Yeah.
It's 12 plus 2, but I ignore the plus 2.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to roll a 13 or higher. Sorry, no. Wait, what am I saying? I need to roll. What I would add to 12 is so I need to roll 8.
Now my armor is -3, right? I have super magical plate mail, so my armor is -3. That gets added in.
So then it's got to be 11.
And once again, it's a coin flip, yes. So you need 11 to hit me.
All right, let's try it. I hit you.
That is a hit. So roll your 3d6 damage. I'm starting off with 58 hit points, which is pretty good.
Not a bad roll.
Is that 13?
13.
Okay, so I'm down to 45. Your giant is starting at your Cloud Giant's starting at 44 hit points. So I'm going to attack you. I get these 2 attacks we talked about.
Yeah.
Can I get the other die?
The
D20.
The D20. All right, there you go, and there you go.
Okay, so I get these 2 attacks, and my. You see here it says set attack bonus.
Yeah.
Right, because I get the fighter level plus ability scores plus magic items.
Yeah.
This is my attack bonus, so I'm adding 16.
Okay.
And your armor is 4. So I'm actually adding a total of 20.
So you auto hit?
Ones will be misses.
Okay.
Okay. So and this is why generally I got that rule that says solos automatically hit because this is what's happening a lot of the time.
Right.
So I will hit you on anything other than a 1.
Okay. Ooh, you got a natural 20.
I get a natural 20, which should be double damage according to OED rules. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'm gonna grab d8s.
Wow,
I could do
D8s.
right. I could do math. I could do math here and convert them to d6s. But let's say I use
This is
d8s.
exciting.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll twice for the critical hit from that 20. Natural 20, kids. So I'm rolling this and adding 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6, 6, and 2. So that's
14.
14 and 9 is 23.
Yes.
That's about half your damage.
Yeah, about half mine.
So that brings you down to 21.
Ooh, I'm still in the fight.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we would keep going as long as you got solo versus solo happening. The withdrawal happens after somebody's
one
gone.
dies. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So you get another round of attacks. Pick which die you prefer.
Okay.
Sir.
I'll
You need
stick
11
with-
to hit me.
I'll stick with it.
Natural 1.
So I miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, at least I don't fumble or something.
Correct. Okay, so that's the end of our zoom in action for this turn.
Yeah, for this turn.
Right?
Okay, I get it.
We'll be back. We'll be back later.
I see how it works.
Disparrow says here is your main goal is you're just trying to knock Bertrand down to below 20 hit points.
Right.
At the moment, which is pretty reasonable. So let me bring our zoom in back to the top table. So these guys are battling in the stream here.
Yes.
I do think your cloud giant fell in the water.
He fell in the water.
Fell in the water.
Giants in the stream.
I need to make a morale check. We're wrapping up that turn there. I need to make a morale check with my pikes. 1 + 1 is 2, so I need to roll 7.
Yeah.
8.
All right.
Yeah, we're getting good morale tonight.
Yeah, not bad.
It's my turn. I'm definitely not going to be throwing lightning bolts when I'm not entirely sure what the range is. So that's it, particularly in water. That seems like we've done that in the past, and Bertrand has given me explicit instructions not to throw lightning bolts at him when he's standing in water again, because it went poorly before.
Okay.
So I'll have the crossbows turn around, come back up the hill in case.
Okay, sure.
In case they are needed later. I guess that's it.
You're not. So nothing's happening back
No,
here.
I guess that's it. I'll just move these guys back up here. Not shooting. And I got my horses attacking your dwarves.
Okay.
So I need a 6. Miss. And I got how many pikes there? 5 now. Did I get 2d6?
You can have these here.
So I need 6s.
Okay.
That's your dwarves army. I got 1 hit.
You got a hit. So they have 3 health each. So 1 more.
And let's play some D&D.
Oh yes, D&D time.
Right.
So it's your turn.
Right. So Bertrand comes at Nablina.
Yes.
And I only miss on 1s. So I get the D20s.
Sure.
Now, last time was a critical hit, which helped me out.
Yeah,
I probably won't get that again. But if I can avoid 1s. So a 3 and a 6.
Okay.
With my enormous attack bonus. Again, giants don't have great armor.
No, they don't.
Giants actually don't have fantastic armor.
No.
So those are 2 hits, and I'm rolling my 2d8s plus 6.
Wow.
A 1 and a 7. The other one's
it's a 7. Okay,
yeah.
From this angle.
So 8 plus 6 is 14.
Yeah.
And now you're down to 7.
All right, so I will attack you with my 1 attack.
You need 11.
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
a hit.
And
sure. Original D&D 3 and 6 for.
Oh, that was a little weak.
Oh no. Only 6. So
what are you down to now?
I'm down to 39. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna eliminate you. This sucks. All right.
Keep in mind that my lord cost 65, and your giant only cost 50. So it's a slightly beefier figure.
Yeah.
Not that we've ever engaged with the D&D rules here. And now I get 2 more attacks.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
As long as I don't roll 2 1s here, you're probably done.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 hits, and that finishes you off.
Okay. Oh.
And I'm above 20.
I know.
Bertrand's above 20. So that's my turn. It's your turn.
So there we had an example where it did not turn out the same as it would have.
Correct.
Interesting.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, all I have left on the board are dwarves.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attack 2. I guess 2. Am I allowed to change if it's in contact with 2 different?
Let's say yes.
I mean, whatever the rule is fine. I don't care.
I moved the figures around, so I'm being kind of
okay.
foggy about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
technically Bertrand was next to your dwarves, so they're a legitimate target. So he's a legitimate target.
okay. So one figure can attack Bertrand is really what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try for it.
Some more dice if you want.
Yeah. So,
I'll just move it back where they really were. They really were. Bertrand really was here.
So then, here's one dwarf at Bertrand that needs a 6, right?
Correct.
And here's one figure of dwarves at the horses
Yeah.
that needs a 6.
Yeah.
No, it needs a 5.
Agreed.
Am I thinking about this right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No good. So then 3
Yeah.
dwarves at your pikes that need 3s.
Yeah. Those are all hits.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're all hits.
2, 3. So I'm making a morale check there, and my die needs to be 8.
Okay.
I've rolled an 11.
Nice work.
All right. So I'm gonna clarify. So I'm gonna pivot here to make sure these guys are both in contact. Here,
Okay.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So we just. Interesting. I'm gonna move these guys up by half.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, sure.
yeah, and then we fight. So I got 2 pikes that need 6s, and they miss, and I got a horse that needs a 6 that misses, and I got Bertrand who automatically scores 1 damage.
So that's enough to take one off the board,
Yes,
right?
finally.
All right, so
Don't get sweep attacks
no, you don't.
against.
Not against the elites.
Yep.
Is that the end of your turn?
Do you need a morale check for
I
that?
do need a morale check. So I had one figure I shouldn't have taken off. So that's 4,
It's automatic.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. My turn?
Yeah.
All right. No movement. I guess I'll do 1 against Bertrand, 1 against the horses, and
You should wrap.
I need to wrap.
one guy around.
I need to wrap. Is this guy considered in contact?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, I suppose I could wrap more than one if I need to. So.
Yeah. I think that's it. Correct.
Okay. So here's the one against Bertrand that needs a 6.
Right here. Yeah.
Here's the one against the horses that needs a 5.
So those are both misses.
And now I have 1 against the pikes. Oh, 2 against the pikes.
Yeah.
That need 3s.
Correct. Those are both hits, so the pikes are eliminated.
Good. Here, do you want me to get this off of here so you can get it out of the way?
Thank you very much. Perfect.
All right, so
Perfect.
he was there, but
Okay, well, you're sticking in the fight there. So, I mean, I guess I can start shooting fireballs at the back, and there's no line to my own guys, so I guess that's just kind of looking at my wizard here on the bottom left. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. So we stand here, and Bertrand and the horses keep killing these guys, hopefully. And my wizard's gonna shoot lightning at this guy standing in the stream. I get two.
you get 2, yeah.
5 and 7 inches.
Okay.
5 and 7 inches. Let me see. Okay, so 5 inches is too short. 7 inches is hitting this guy.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
I agree.
Okay, that knocks off 1 figure.
All right.
And we'll just keep these guys connected as well together.
Sure.
So that lightning helped, and then Bertrand scores 1 damage.
1 damage. Oh, so I'll put a damage die up.
And then can my other horse hit you? I need a 6. 5.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. So I guess I have to do a morale check.
All right.
So it's 3 to 1 plus 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So I need not to get No, I'm fine.
You're fine. Yeah. Okay. Automatic. Yep.
All right.
You're very brave.
Okay, very brave dwarves. All right, same drill, I guess. One against Bertrand, and I guess I need to wrap around.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Okay.
There. All right. Here's the one against Bertrand. These are 6, obviously. Now here's the one against the horses. 5's needed. Nothing.
Oh, too bad.
What a night. All right.
All right. I'm not shooting lightning directly in front of Bertrand. So we probably Bertrand's enough to finish you off. Probably. So my horses attack again. I need 6s. That's a miss, but Bertrand scores 1 damage.
All right.
I feel
So
like this
that's
is probably
2.
enough. And it's your turn.
All right. So same drill.
Yeah.
I need a 6. Nope. I need 5s. Nope.
Same drill. Here's the horses, which misses, but Bertrand scores 1 hit.
Okay, so one of these goes down now.
Take him off the side, please.
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, we want him contiguous.
Okay. So I do a morale check.
I think you need to avoid a 2, I think.
2, 5, 6. Yeah.
11.
Wish I could have used some. I had those rolls
Right.
on my attacks. So I'm okay, right?
Yeah. And that damage die is gone too, right?
Oh, right. So now 6 is needed for Bertrand. Nope. 5 is needed for the horses. No.
I'm rolling for my horses, and they miss, but Bertrand auto hits.
So 1 damage here. All
And
right.
those guys are tough.
Yeah, really tough. I like them still, even though they might not pull me out of trouble this time. 6 is needed for Bertrand. 5 for the horses. Nope. So another auto hit here.
I think should I push? I think I'm just going to push. Okay, now if this was just a unit of pikes, I would push them into the fight. I'm worried. I'm like, does this make sense with a wizard in the front? Can I leave? I'm gonna have my wizard leave the unit, right? But tell the pikes, the rest of the pikes, charge forward and try to get your dwarves in combat. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So he says goodbye. And I think I can get in contact there. That's 6 inches plus I don't know, maybe an inch for the river, for the stream.
Okay, but does that disqualify you from shooting electricity at me?
Yes, I'm foregoing that. Okay. So I'm just going to do this. Okay. Move a guy up front here. I'll do that. So I'll get 2 attacks on this turn.
Why?
Because I got 2 figures in contact.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, not 2 per figure. Just I gotta have 2 figures.
Yeah,
there.
Gotcha.
So that's my attack. So including the horses, I have a total of 3 normal attacks on you.
3
that
normal.
need 6s.
Yeah. You got a hit.
1 hit, and then Bertrand adds another 1.
All right, so that's another 1 down. Right?
Yes.
And so I can just attack Bertrand.
I think you need to do a morale check.
Oh, right.
At
so I got 4. 5.
Yep.
So I need a 4.
Yeah. Still good.
Okay.
Yes, and you can attack Bertrand. Good luck.
I think so. Yeah. All right.
No. And then, if we have 3 health, I still have to. Okay, so here's 3 attacks from my normal guys. I'm gonna bring 1 guy around the back. Okay,
sure,
how about that?
Yeah.
So that guy needs a 5, and that's a miss. And then I have 3 normal attacks, which are misses, and then Bertrand does 1 damage.
All right, 1 damage.
Bertrand says, "Bring it on."
Mm-hmm. Okay, I need a 6 to hit.
Bring it on, you stinky dwarves.
I need a 6 to hit.
You too.
Right?
Oh fuck!
It had to come up eventually. I mean, how many? I rolled more than 6 times.
Crap. Oh, crap. There goes Bertrand.
Stinky comment.
Oh, man. Damn it. All right, so now we seek revenge. So
Yes.
I'm gonna bring people around on all sides.
Okay, fair enough.
And I get 1 attack on the back at 5, and there's a hit.
So now I'm up to 2.
Right, and then I got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more I think in contact.
Yeah.
But I need 6s. Okay, and then I hit 3 6s.
All right, so this is game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Wow, what a game.
Okay. All right. So that was okay. So it's classic stream fight.
Yes.
Right. When you get these sloppy fights in a stream where everybody loses their extra attacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it turns into this quagmire.
Right.
Like that. Interesting. I thought it was closer at the end. I mean, I had the advantage for a while. But you really made more of a game out of that than I thought. I think once your wizard went down, I clearly had. I kind of was like taking your queen out of a game of chess.
Right. The wizard. That was probably the thing that I didn't foresee happening.
Yeah.
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 I have to say, usually when you beat me, I'm like, yeah, I could have done this, that, and the other different. I just am not sure what I could have done different.
I agree with that. I think you were playing pretty well.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything like obviously stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone could have done better, but I just can't really see, on the chat. Tell me what I did wrong.
Anybody have advice for what Gamma Dan could have done better? Okay, now Desparrow's giving me advice, which I do appreciate. Is I pressed my luck with Bertrand, and so I only have me to blame for that. I could have withdrawn from the river and then just blasted lightning at the dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Bertrand. That's I was playing in character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So. I guess a slight difference with how the fireballs work from first edition Book of War that Julian's pointing out, and Julian's pointing out that the entourage rules that I had in first edition would have prevented some of our confusion about are you attacking Bertrand or the horses or who's a legitimate target right now. I had this official entourage rule.
Oh, okay.
Whereby a solo figure in first edition officially was joint, like the figure itself was joint with some normal soldiers. And I cut that thinking for simplicity, but then we...
So you would literally remove the figure completely from the board and just say, I am declaring that this guy is in here?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
I almost think that makes more sense, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, I get that it's disconcerting not to see.
Yeah.
But it does seem very odd that your base is so humongous for a single figure.
This is legitimate.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a good answer though, but I see the conundrum there. I see the conundrum. Now I have a question about the simulator.
Great.
Okay. So it seems very clear to me that a make or break in this game was guessing measurements right.
Yeah.
How do you handle that in the simulator when you're pricing this stuff? Do they auto hit in the simulator?
I can't remember. I haven't looked at that in a while.
Okay.
Probably, maybe yes.
So it's probably slightly overpriced then, if anything. But I don't know what assumption you can make that would be safer. You know what I mean?
I have an alternative rule, right? And so what I'm doing in D&D nowadays, and what I'm planning on putting in an appendix, if people don't like that, is to auto hit within half range, auto hit within 12 inches,
right? Which
we kind of sort of do,
yeah.
And then over half range, pick a target and roll, and this is right out of chainmail basically, and roll 2d6. If you roll a 7, you hit the target you wanted. If you roll under, like here I'm 3 under 7, I'm 3 inches short. Right. And if I were to roll a 10, which is 3 over 7, I'm 3 inches long.
Okay.
And if I roll a 6, I'm just 1 inch short. So for what it's worth, that's the alternative rule.
I kind of like that rule.
Yeah.
Because I lost because of your good measurements. So.
Would you want to play that way in the future?
Well, I don't know if I want to give a hard and fast answer on that, but like. There is something about knowing how much rides on guessing these measurements that feels a little bit not wargaming, like, and almost not. It's meta almost. It's like, well, I guess you could say you are being the wizard and you are channeling the energy. But this does have precedent in chainmail, right? This thing of guessing guessing the measurements. Yeah. So that's a good reason for it.
And it's funny because, it's still that little piece of text, I think it's so interesting, that little piece of text is still in even 5th edition D&D today. It's still, they've copy-pasted it forward, and it still says something like, the wizard, points your finger and declares a distance. And that's because that was literally the rule in chainmail. Is the player had to do that.
See, and it's so funny. This is one of those lost in translation things, possibly, if I'm understanding correctly, where in a battle map that's meaningless. On a battle map, it's literally just tell me where on the battle map you want to go.
Absolutely, right. Absolutely, which is why I need an alternative mechanic for D&D when I happen to be on a battle map.
Right.
Yeah.
Where did you get the alternative mechanic from?
Also in chainmail. Basically, they have an optional rule for catapults, which is how fireballs started. Right. I have an optional rule for catapults. Is there's a typo, okay, but once you fix the typo, it's exactly that.
It's half distance auto hit.
Okay. So so in original chainmail, catapults don't shoot less than 20 inches or something. Right? There isn't any half range. So I introduced
the half.
Through the years, right, in D&D, I used to have that 2d6 variation roll at any range, but we discovered that it was super weird when you're only 3 inches away, and then my players would go, well, obviously I can hit something just a couple feet away, and then I introduced this. Granted that catapults only had a long range. At short range, you automatically hit. And then at long range, you do the 2d6, and that is right out of chainmail.
Neat.
And I don't mind it. It's kind of a nice, sort of gives you this bell curve kind of sensibility.
Right.
And it's kind of pretty simple to understand, and I actually am kind of fond of that. So I still use that in my D&D games today.
Interesting.
Right. If you know Holmes Basic, right? He's got that in the rule for giants.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he says, "Oh, here's a way to do giant, rock throwing from chainmails. Roll, pick a thing." I think they phrase it as like 2 dice, and one's red and one's white, and whichever one is less, you pick that, and that's how many inches away you are, which mathematically is the same thing.
All right. Wow. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So a couple options. So think about that, and if anybody has comments about that. We've been using for fireball lightning bolts, declare the range and then measure. If you'd prefer a more mechanical thing, leave a comment. Anybody in the chat? So obviously Dan and I have been chatting here while there's been stuff in the chat. So advice to me, right, which is reasonable. So Julian's saying, Dan, now I think that you played very well.
Yeah.
I actually liked your moves tonight a lot. I liked moving half into the rough to get slingshots. I liked you blocking where I wanted to go with the pikes and turning it into a string fight.
Yeah.
Which was advantageous to your dwarves.
Yes.
So I personally like your moves. Julian's observation is that maybe you could have used the terrain better. You had a more open map. But it was me, Delta, that used the top half of the map and got to the hill. So me getting to the hill with my crossbows was nice. Now, I personally am pretty damn fond of me moving Earth on the rough and throwing more bad terrain in front of Gamma.
That was good.
I'm fond of that.
Yes. That was good. No, it slowed
Yeah.
me down and it messed up my. I had to make decisions with my pikes that I would not have made. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, there was a moment where I was like, I think I'm going to push your whole army just away, but that would just be delaying the actual action, which was going to turn the same thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I wanted the rough up against the stream. Right. Giving you space to breathe between the rough and the stream wouldn't have been good for me.
No, because then I could have handled the stream easier.
What else? Any other comments here? Well, actually, a lot of good stuff here. And so Julian's saying that your halflings would have slaughtered the crossbows if you could have arranged a halfling versus crossbow fight. I guess he's right about that. I'm not entirely sure how that would have occurred. Desparrow's saying if I'd been more aggressive with my wizard, then I could have turned it into a stalemate with the Cloud Giant, range-wise. Yep. Right. Okay. So now Desparrow's looking up my claims about the fireball, and okay. So in fifth edition now the fireball. Right. So Desparrow's saying the name arrange thing was true up to 3.5. So that bit about fireball being the wizard points the finger and declares a range.
Right.
That text is in Chainmail, Original D&D, First Edition, Second Edition, 3.0, 3.5,
Wow.
And then apparently finally edited out. And Desparrow's saying in fifth, the wording is now a bright streak flashes from your pointing finger to a point you choose in range. But they still, up until 3.5,
you declare the
which
range.
is now almost 20 years ago. It still said you have to declare the range as a residue from the Chainmail Wargame. Yeah. Thanks for looking it up, Desparrow. That's great. Awesome. Yeah. Hey Pedro, thanks for checking in. This was interesting. We got to do a bunch of stuff for the first time tonight. So we had. I like that I got to move Earth. We had a lot of solos on the table. We both had lords. We both had wizards. You had a Cloud Giant. You had a lord riding a griffin. Some of the dragon griffin mutually destroyed each other pretty quick.
Right.
And I think I didn't want your griffin having mobility, so I was okay with playing that off.
Super fast. Yeah.
Are we? Couple of questions. Are we? I think we're okay with the player choosing to breathe when they want with a dragon. I think we're okay with that.
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine.
Okay. I think we're so. I would still stick with the original, what I believe the book first edition rule of not reducing dragon breath damage when they're hit.
Yeah.
Is what I do. So I think I probably have a blog article at some point where I've had polls about that. So I think I probably hit that. Here's a question: we've had comments previously, and there's math involved for how much terrain's on the board. Let me just flip back to the overhead view. So honestly, this size table is borderline between whether it ought to be 4 rolls for terrain or 3 rolls for terrain. I think the math is saying 3.75 rolls or something like that, or 3.5. It might be 3.5. Would you prefer to have 3 rolls for terrain instead of 4? Because some people have been complaining that it's too choked. I think this was interesting tonight. I feel like this was interesting, but maybe...
Well, again, I have to go back to the arena simulator.
Yeah.
So what is arena? Is the arena simulator saying this is the size of the battlefield and there are 4 rolls for terrain?
It would say 3.5.
Oh.
It would say 3.5.
And that's because you're extrapolating from chainmail or...
Kind of. Okay. There's a math formula in the book that's the same as the first edition Book of War. You take the table size, divide by I think 4 square feet or something like that.
I see.
And this table size would come up to 3.5.
So I mean, arguably, that's going to slightly screw up a bunch of prices. I don't know how much.
Well, it's being rounded one way or the other. I feel that one. I feel like I wouldn't change.
Right. Okay. Right.
You're right.
Everything's rounded anyway.
Right.
Yeah, everything's rounded anyway.
Right.
That's a good point. I don't have a strong.
Okay.
I could play it either way. It
Okay.
really doesn't matter.
Viewers, I don't know. Do you guys, if the people in the chat, I don't know if you have an opinion about, would you prefer to see what we've been doing with 4 rolls for terrain or 3 rolls terrain? So I'm hearing, this was 4 rolls each, right? So both me and Dan, both Delta and Gamma, we make 4 rolls each. So we rolled a total of 8 times. There's an entry on the table that comes up nothing, and I scored that once. So tonight we actually got 7 pieces of terrain on the table, 4 per side. Yeah. So right. So I think this barrel is counting up 7 because I rolled nothing once. And there have been nights where we roll that nothing result like maybe 2 or 3 times and wind up with 5 pieces. But anyway, so think about that. So at the moment, it's right on the fence post.
Mm-hmm.
And leave a comment if anybody has an opinion about what you'd want to see in the future. So Julian, I think, is voting for 3. Julian's saying you think the player that loses initiative should get a 4th roll and the other gets 3.
Oh, there you get your 3.5. Brilliant.
Okay. Feel good to you?
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. Okay, all right. The person that loses initiative scores 4. Interesting. So you're saying the person who loses initiative gets 4 to counterbalance the fact that they have to set up first?
It sounds like that's what's being proposed.
That I needed to hear. That I wasn't going to come up with myself. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. All right. Maybe we'll do that next time.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Cool. That's a great idea. Nifty. All right, so that is so we're going to wrap up for tonight. So thanks so much for hanging out and advice and looking up D&D rules. So we did in fact come to a Book of War fight and have a D&D game breakout a couple times.
Yeah, we did.
John Peterson has this. My favorite quote from John Peterson is when the Braunstein game was being run by Dave Wesley. His take afterwards is, I tried to set up a war game and I failed. Right, and it turned into this other something else was happening, and we never actually got the war game, and people were interacting in character, and I didn't know what was going on. So I failed to. Basically, role playing games are failed war games.
Yeah.
So we didn't fail. We did both.
Yeah.
And John's quote is, "We have been failing to play war games for a long time now." is my favorite quote ever. So we will we'll regroup and see if we need to edit anything. We should be back in 2 weeks, hopefully, Dan?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Awesome. That's great. So we're here in the spring in New York, and the weather's getting nice, and hope you guys are having some good time. I'll be back with Paul this Sunday for more Wandering DMs, and I'll be back next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. for more Pool of Radiance as I kind of come down to the end game of that, which I'm looking forward to. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you're not a patron of Wandering DMs, pitch $1 at patreon.com/wanderingdms and get on our private Discord server. I've been so busy lately. What I have been failing to do is keep up on the chat on Discord server. So I need to get to that. I know there's a bunch of really awesome comments there, and the conversation always continues. And we'll see you on Discord, and we'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
See you then.
Great game, Dan. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I'll see you next time.
Bye.